In the soft embrace of a midsummer afternoon, let us take a moment to settle into the stillness that surrounds us. Gently close your eyes if it feels comfortable. Feel the air against your skin, the gentle whisper of the world outside weaving through your awareness. Breathe in, savoring the coolness that fills your lungs, and breathe out, releasing any tension that does not serve you in this moment. With each breath, allow yourself to be fully present, observer of the heartbeat of life, a witness to this fleeting moment that is yours and yours alone. On a quiet Saturday morning, with the sun peeking through the gauzy curtains, Sara stood before the sink, a collection of dishes piled high like small monuments to the week that had just passed. Each plate, cup, and fork held traces of meals shared with laughter, conversations spilling over the rim of teacups, and crumbs from impromptu gatherings. She touched the tepid water, feeling it seep into her skin, soft and inviting, and in that moment, she chose to immerse herself in this simple act of washing the dishes. As the warm water dripped from her hands, Sara reached for the first plate. It was a dinner plate, white and speckled with flecks of color from last night's veggie stir-fry. She placed it in the water and watched bubbles rise, swirling around it like tiny dancers caught in a delicate waltz. The gentle sound of water splashing against the porcelain was like a soft percussion, a calming rhythm that echoed through the kitchen. With a soft sponge in her hand, she began to scrub the plate, working in small, circular motions. The texture of the sponge was rough, yet yielding, a paradox that mirrored life itself. Thoughts began to drift through her mind, the to-do list for the day, a whispering tide, then gently receding as she focused instead on the plate before her. In this moment, there was no past, no future, only the here and now, encapsulated in the soft, wet embrace of the water. She let the warmth seep into her bones, feeling the steam lift around her like a fog, wrapping her in a cocoon of comfort. Each stroke of the sponge became a meditation, a mantra of presence as she tuned into the sensations, the warmth of the water, the scent of the dish soap, a hint of lemon bright against the weight of the day. As she set the clean plate aside, Sara took a moment to notice the sunlight streaming through the window, casting playful shadows on the counter. It painted a shifting tapestry of light, a reminder of the passage of time that was both fleeting and eternal. She inhaled deeply, tuning herself to the air's subtle fragrance mingling with the scent of freshly washed dishes, a symphony of simplicity. Next, she turned her attention to a glass, its base dusty from being long forgotten in the corner of the cupboard. Grasping it with care, she felt its coolness against her palm, the smooth surface reflecting her own gaze as she began to rinse it. The water glided over the glass, taking with it remnants of yesterday's use, a cleansing that mirrored the act of releasing burdens she carried within. Thoughts arose of family, of work, of dreams yet unfulfilled, but rather than chasing them, she gently acknowledged their presence. "Ah, there you are," she whispered to herself. "Thank you for visiting, but for now, I am here with my glass." And as she filled it with water once more, she noticed how its clarity echoed a moment of focus, how a simple vessel could hold both liquid and purpose. A light breeze drifted through the open window, rustling the leaves outside, a reminder of life unfolding beyond the kitchen. Sara found solace in the interplay of movement and stillness, and how washing dishes could bind her to both the domestic and the wild. As she continued to scrub and rinse, the motions became a flow, a rhythm integrating her presence into the very core of the moment. The gentle tinkle of forks as they clinked against each other resounded like distant bells, blending into the background of a world alive with possibility. In her mind's eye, the kitchen transformed into a sanctuary space of gathering, not just of utensils, but of hopes, dreams, and the tender embrace of gratitude. As the final cup slipped out of her hands and into the warm water, she paused once more to appreciate the array of sparkling clean dishes lined up like soldiers, standing proud in the sunlight, glimmering reflections of her labor. With a heart full of satisfaction, she smiled softly, reminded that within the flurry of life, there is always a return to the simple things, where peace can be found. Outside, a bird began to sing, its sweet notes weaving through the air, inviting her to listen, to pause, to simply be. When she finished rinsing the last dish, she felt lightness in her heart, a veil lifted, a quiet revelation emerging from the depths of the mundane. In that moment, washing dishes amounted to more than just a chore. It was a practice of tenderness toward herself and the life she was cultivating around her. One moment at a time. Slowly, Sara dried her hands on a soft dish towel, savoring the warmth still lingering in her fingertips. In that small kitchen, she had unwittingly gathered a wealth of insights, all woven into the fabric of washing dishes. The world outside continued its busy path, yet here she found a tranquil pool of presence, a reminder of the beauty nestled within the everyday. As she turned to face the day ahead, she carried with her the quiet rhythm of water, the simple joy of being fully alive in this moment, letting go of all that does not serve her. She released the sudsy remnants into the rinsing flow. In the hush of the early morning, as dawn spills its soft light across the world, let us take a moment to pause. Close your eyes for a heartbeat or two, feeling the gentle rhythm of your breath as it ebbs and flows. In this space, allow yourself to arrive fully in the here and now, where the mind can settle like leaves upon a still pond. Notice the sensations that arise within you as you listen to the subtle hum of existence. In this quietude, we will journey together through the art of an ordinary day, weaving in the extraordinary threads of presence and awareness. Imagine a kitchen bathed in gentle light, the kind that filters through a window and dances on countertops with the sweet embrace of morning. This is where our journey begins. A simple scene that seems unremarkable, yet holds the potential for profound discovery. You stand at the sink, its hands submerged in the cool, soothing water. The sound of running water cascades like a gentle stream, echoing softly against the walls, reminding you of the natural world beyond those four corners. Each droplet carries with it an invitation to notice, to feel, to be here. Now, as you reach for a plate, the surface is warm from the sun's early kiss. Glide your fingers along its edge, feeling the smooth ceramic beneath your skin. Here exists a moment, a single plate that has witnessed meals shared, laughter echoed, and quiet conversations. You breathe in deeply, the scent of soap filling your senses, fresh and clean, a reminder of renewal with each plate you wash. There is an opportunity to enter into a dance, a rhythm of life that unfolds in tandem with your movements. Lift, scrub, rinse, and place aside. Hear the soft, reassuring sound of droplets meeting the basin below, each one a note in the symphony of this small, self-contained world. As you scrub, let your mind drift to the texture of the sponge beneath your palm, its roughness contrasting with the smooth surface of the dish. Each swish, each stroke provides a canvas for mindfulness. What narrative whispers in the background of your thoughts? A fleeting memory, a worry, a wish. Let these arise as bubbles on the surface of the water. Notice them, and as gently as they appear, let them float away, back into the silence of the room. As you continue this simple ritual, become aware of how the sun's rays paint the surfaces around you. The kitchen transforms, walls and utensils aglow with a warmth that feels almost maternal, wrapping you in familiarity. Here lies precious insight. The beauty of the ordinary often holds the richest colors with each piece of cutlery and each glass. This dance deepens. A fork glimmers in the sunlight, a prism reflecting hues of gold and green. Pause for a moment. Can you see the light shift, the shadows play? In this stillness, you realize how the mundane can shift into the miraculous. Each item has its story, the laughter shared over a meal, the patience required to cook, the solace in a shared silence. A pause in your rhythm allows for reflection. You observe the flow of water, its unwavering journey into the drain, always moving, yet never rushing. Okay? Mirroring this, can you allow your own thoughts and feelings to flow, simply inviting them to pass, sige, moment rising, cresting, and then receding? Here lies your practice, finding tranquility in the current of daily life. And then the sound of the kettle begins to swirl through the air, a soft whistle that tugs at your attention like a delicate breeze. The scent of boiling water combines with the aroma of the soap and wafts around you, a reminder of a simple joy. You notice how the steam curls upward, a soft cloud against the sunlight streaming in. You touch your fingertips to your brow, feeling the warmth of that vapor against your skin, an intimate connection to the world beyond yourself as the last plate is set aside. Take a moment to survey your surroundings. The sink is gleaming. It reflects not only your effort, but also the intent you brought to each action. You find contentment in the small accomplishments of life, in the still moments where breathing slows and expansion occurs. In this sanctuary of your kitchen, allow the pause to settle. The notion of time softens, the hours ahead blending seamlessly into an eternal now. What thoughts linger now? Gently cradle them. They are welcome here. Yet, as you do, realize they do not define you. You can allow them space without becoming entangled. Soon, the kettle's whistle sweetly slices through the silence, a call to transition, to continue your day. With a lightness in your heart, you walk to pour yourself a cup of tea. Feel the warmth of the ceramic mug cradled against your palms, the steam rising and embracing your face. A small reminder of the delicate nature of being alive. As you sit at the kitchen table, your cup of tea before you, pause to take in the moment. Each sip is a journey in itself. Feel the warmth spread through you, the rich flavors awakening your senses. The quiet is palpable, a soft blanket woven from the stillness of the world outside, a world filled with each and every heartbeat, each and every breath. As the morning light begins to shift, the knowing settles in. Life is held in these moments, in the simple act of washing, sipping, breathing. The essence of mindfulness is not found in grand gestures, but in the tender embrace of the ordinary. In those sacred pauses between thoughts and tasks, we find something true, endless Tenga, deep well of presence that nourishes the soul. So carry this moment with you, the dance of moonlight on water, a reminder that every moment, no matter how small, is an invitation to awaken to the beauty of being here, now. Breathe in softly, allowing the air to fill your lungs, and as you exhale, imagine letting go of the weight of the day. Here, in this moment, you are invited to explore the simplicity of being, where thoughts drift like clouds and the present unfurls like a gentle breeze. Release any tension, feel your feet grounded upon the earth, and recognize the sacredness of your breath as it flows in rhythm with the world around you. Allow your mind to quiet, your heart to open, as we journey into the heart of an ordinary experience transformed by awareness. In a small kitchen, the sun slants through the window, casting soft golden patterns upon the tiles. With the rich scent of dried herbs from last night's meal, a lingering memory of warmth and nourishment. As you step toward the sink, the coolness of the porcelain greets your hands, grounding you in this moment. You turn the faucet, and the water begins its dance, gurgling and splashing, a sweet serenade that invites you to listen. Each droplet begins its descent, gleaming in the sunlight like liquid crystal. And you notice how the sound reverberates softly off the kitchen walls, filling the space with an elegant symphony. 'Tis a melody of presence echoing through the quiet of the morning as you reach for the first disha bowl. Still dusted with remnants of dinner, your fingers graze its surface. The cool and smooth glaze awakens your senses. A reminder of the beauty in the mundane. Holding it gently, you take a moment, observing its imperfections, the tiny flecks, the slight chip, each a testament to meals shared, laughter exchanged. You feel a warmth spread through you, understanding that these broken bits are not flaws, but rather stories woven into the fabric of life. The warm water envelops the bowl, and as you begin to wash, you notice the rhythm of your movements. Your hands glide over the surface, scrubbing away remnants like soft waves caressing the shore. With each stroke, the bowl transforms, each pass of your hand a meditation. Feel the warmth of the water and imagine it washing away not just the food particles, but the remnants of a restless mind, leaving only clarity behind. Listen closely as the sound of water meets the substrate of porcelain, a gentle splatter, the delicate hush forming an intimate dialogue between you and the dish. Each rinse is like a cool breeze across your face, refreshing and revitalizing. A siege, you inhale the pleasant scent of soap, earthy and clean, letting it fill your senses, skanking you deeper into the moment. Your thoughts might wander, perhaps drifting toward tasks unfinished or worries, but like clouds floating in a vast sky, they can simply pass by. Acknowledge them can guide your awareness back to the rhythm of washing. Surrender to the simple truth of now as you reach for the next disha plate. Wide and inviting you, notice the way the water cascades around it, creating patterns, bubbles joining together and bursting, sparkling like confetti upon the surface. You lift it, feeling its weight shift in your hands, and just for a moment, you hold it still, allowing yourself to revel in its existence, appreciating the very act of being and doing combined into this honest, simple task. With each clear stroke, inhale the echoes of the world around you, at the hum of the refrigerator, the distant chirp of a bird outside, perhaps the rustle of leaves. Imagine the vastness of life outside your window, an orchestra of sounds existing in harmony, each note essential just as you are. Here in the kitchen, the world expands and contracts with your breath. You rinse and repeat. It's a rhythm dancing on, a fluid movement that seems to stretch time. And in this deepening flow, other sensations emerge: the texture of the sponge against the plate surface, a subtle resistance, and then a surrender, much like the ebb and flow of your own breath. Feel the warmth of the sun warming your back, a gentle reminder that you are being held in this space, this moment, by a universe that offers love in ways both simple and profound. Dining utensils come next: forks, knives, spoons. Each one carries its own memory, stories woven into every groove, every polish worn smooth over years of use. You wash them with care, embodying a deep respect for the nourishment they have provided, a silent gratitude for meals shared with the people you hold dear. As you dip and wash, feel your heart swell just a little as memories of laughter and conversation surface in your mind, life's flavors mingling together like the soap and water in the sink. And then the final piece: fragile wine glass, a thin stem and delicate bowl, a reminder of toasts and celebrations, the moments of quits, connection celebrated with gentle clinks. You hold it with reverence, mindful of its fragility, and as you wash away the remnants of a joyous evening past, you remember to cherish the sweetness of connection. Hold that thought briefly, like a soft light, before letting it fade into the vastness of the present. The seemingly endless cycle continues as you rinse and stack each item, transforming your kitchen into an oasis, sparkling and a reflection of your inner calm. Notice how you feel in this unfolding simplicity, how each dish wiped dry has become a symbol of something larger than yourself. This small act, so often overlooked, has the power to center you, to root you deeply in this universe of moments that make up your life. You pause for a heartbeat, taking a step back to survey the scene before you. A clean countertop, dishes neatly arranged, a sense of accomplishment that breathes calm into your cells. Here, amid the whirling chaos of the world outside, you have created a sanctuary. In this process of cleaning, a deeper cleansing unfolds, allowing stillness to wash over your mind, quieting the clamor that often resides within. As you stand in your kitchen, heart open and breathing steady, you may realize the wisdom embedded in this ordinary ritual, the honor of being fully present, the grace in simply allowing life to unfold in its own way, dish by dish, moment by moment. Each act of washing becomes a reminder that life, in all its complexity and simplicity, is a practice of presence, of engagement with now. As you set the last dish upon the drying rack, take a moment to witness the quiet beauty of your surroundings, to breathe in deeply the stillness where the chatter of your mind has softened. You have traveled through a simple task, discovering the profound magic hidden within routine. In this space, you're reminded that every moment offers an invitation to be here, to breathe, to connect. Carry this sense of peace with you, a whisper of water in your heart, as you step into the world, forever present. As you settle into this moment, allow yourself to find a comfortable position. Close your eyes gently, or lower your gaze to soften the world around you. Take a deep breath in, feeling your chest rise and expand, and then slowly release it, letting go of the weight of the day. Notice the way the air touches your skin, cool and refreshing, a reminder that you are here, now. With each breath, feel the ground beneath you, the support of the earth cradling you gently. You are alive, a part of this beautiful unfolding of life. Breathe in the present. Breathe out all that pulls you away from this moment. Consider the simple act of washing dishes. Picture a kitchen filled with the warm glow of late afternoon light, filtering through the window and casting soft shadows across the tiled countertops. The air carries with it a mingling of aromas, a hint of rosemary from dinner and the lingering sweetness of fresh fruit left on the table. The sounds around you, the distant hum of a refrigerator, the gentle whir of the ceiling fan, and the faint chirping of birds returning to their nests as the day winds down. You stand before the sink, hands poised, feeling the cool ceramic of the basin beneath your fingers. You run the water until it flows freely, the sound of it echoing softly in the quiet of the kitchen. Allow the sensation to fill your awareness. The warmth of the water as it spills over your hands and the rhythmic pattern it creates, a small waterfall in your world. As you drop the first plate into the sudsy embrace of the water, feel the weight of it in your hands. Notice the smooth surface, the remnants of the meal still clinging to the sides. There is life here, a history captured in the curves and edges of this dish. Allow your gaze to soften as you bring the sponge to meet the plate, the two becoming one in this moment of care. As you scrub, hear the gentle squeak of the sponge against the porcelain, a soft, intimate sound that invites you to listen deeply. Breathe in the scent of the dish soap, a fusion of citrus and fresh linen, and let it anchor you. With every swipe, every curl of your fingers around the handle, let go of the distractions of the day. Let them drift away like the bubbles dancing. On the surface of the water, you notice the water's temperature, warm and soothing, wrapping your hands in a gentle hug. Feel the sensation of slipping the sponge against the rough edges where food once lingered. In this simple act, there is a reverence, a moment where the mundane transforms into something alive. Each scrub reveals the surface anew, as if uncovering the essence of the plate itself, freeing it from the past. Notice the thoughts that drift through your mind. They may bubble up like the foam on the water's surface. Thoughts of unfinished tasks, of what you need to do tomorrow, of conversations yet to be had. Acknowledge them without judgment. like ripples in a pond. They are temporary, passing through your awareness just as the bubbles burst and dissolve as you rinse the plate under the stream of clear water. Watch as the bubbles cascade away, leaving behind a glistening surface that reflects the sunlight, filtering into the room. Let your thoughts fade as you marvel at this transformation. It is here, in the act of washing, that you find connection not just to the plate, but to the moment itself, to the tactile sensation of water, to the sounds that envelop you, to the peaceful rhythm of your own breathing. Now, pick up a golden fork, glistening softly like sunlight captured at dusk. Feel the cool metal against your skin, a contrast to the warmth of the water. Begin to clean it, the delicate prongs and the curve of the handle inviting your touch. Each cleaning movement is a dance, deliberate and slow, as if time has paused to give you this space for presence. The world outside the window may hum with activity, the rustle of leaves in the breeze, laughter of children playing, the occasional bark of a dog nearby. But here, in your kitchen, you exist solely. Let each sound wash over you like waves upon the shore, a gentle reminder of the world moving on while you remain rooted in this moment, free from rush or anxiety. With every dish you wash, you invite gratitude into your heart. This is not just a chore, it is a ritual of care for yourself and those who share this space with you. Each plate holds memories, each cup carries laughter, and every fork embodies togetherness. As you stack the clean dishes to dry, notice the way they connect, side by side, just as you connect to each moment. Each thought, you are anchored in a familiar recognition of your own breath, a reminder that you are alive, here, in this very moment. The final plate washed, you step back to take in the serene sight of your work. The kitchen feels lighter, it's brighter, a space made sacred by your presence and intention. As you turn off the water, feel the stillness settle into the room, enveloping you like a warm blanket. The last echoes of water trickling down the drain bring an appreciation for the cycle of things, the gathering, the washing, and the drying, each stage integral to the whole. Let your hands dry, feeling the soft texture of the towel as it caresses your skin, rough yet comforting, a pulse of connection to your own body. You take a moment to simply stand, to acknowledge the space around you and the warmth in your heart. The tasks and worries may still be there, waiting, but they no longer hold the same weight. They are just thoughts, small clouds that drift through the sky of your mind. Breathe deeply once more, allowing the air to fill your lungs. From this place, you might find clarity or insight, a gentle shift toward understanding. Here, in the solitude of your kitchen, you have unearthed a moment of peace, a dance of presence in the simple act of washing dishes. With softening shoulders and a gentle smile, you can carry this sense of stillness into the rest of your day. As you return from this experience, take a gentle breath and feel the air flow once again, a reminder of the cycle of presence. Know that in the heart of the everyday lies a gateway to mindfulness, to connection, to love. Carry with you the quiet rhythm of water, the soothing awareness of being present in every moment, no matter how small. This is the gift of now. Imagine for a moment that you are standing by a gently flowing stream, the air thick with the scent of damp earth and the whisper of leaves dancing in the breeze. Allow yourself to find a comfortable position, feeling the ground beneath you, solid and unwavering. With each breath, invite a soft rhythm to emerge from within. The rise and fall of your chest, as gentle as the water's caress on the stones. Inhale deeply, letting the air fill your lungs, and as you exhale, let go of anything that weighs on your heart. Just for now, you have stepped into this momentous sanctuary of stillness in a world that often rushes by. The afternoon sun spills golden light through the window, casting playful patterns on the kitchen floor. There you are, standing at the sink, the familiar shape of the dish soap bottle resting within your reach. The rhythm of your breath begins to synchronize with a gentle splashing of water. You turn the faucet, and the sound of rushing water fills your ears, a soothing embrace of sound, reminiscent of a distant waterfall as you immerse your hands into the warmth. The sensation of water gliding over your skin brings an unexpected peace. Each dish is a vessel, echoing stories of meals shared and laughter that lingers in the corners of the room. You reach for a plate, its cool, ceramic surface contrasting with the warmth of your hands. Slowly, deliberately, you begin to scrub, watching as the sudsy water envelops the surface, the foamy bubbles dancing with each gentle stroke. With every movement, bring your attention to the present moment. Feel the texture of the plate slip beneath your fingers, the way the sponge glides effortlessly over its shape, removing remnants of the past. The scent of the dish soap rises, sweet and clean, mingling with the delicate aroma of lingering spices from dinner. In this busy world, here exists a simple joy of communion between you and the dish, your hands and the water. As you finish washing the plate, there is a quiet moment of appreciation, a pause that encourages you to notice. A raindrop outside splatters against the window, its gentle cadence joining the melody of your task. The sound, like a heartbeat, reminds you of nature's presence, always changing. You rinse the plate under the cool stream, the water cascading over it like a refreshing shower. It's the final cleansing before it finds its place on the drying rack. Next comes a fork, an object often overlooked in its simplicity. Yet here, it resonates, with purpose, each prong etched in memory, the gatherings around shared meals that bring smiles to faces. As you scrub away the residue, allow gratitude to unfurl within you, for nourishment and sustenance, for connection in a world swirling with busy schedules. The metal warms under your touch, a reminder that even the ordinary can sparkle with meaning. And then, it's the soft clinking sounds of utensils, each gentle clash a harmonious note in the tune of your experience. You pause, taking in the shapes and colors around youth-vitted dishes, stacked neatly, waiting in anticipation. This kitchen, this sacred space, pulses with life, and you are at the center, participating in the act of creation, of care. Inhale deeply and allow the warmth of the sun to wash over your shoulders, illuminating your heart. The world outside continues to move at its frantic pace, yet here you are anchored. You notice the busyness of the mind, thoughts flitting like butterflies, fluttering from one worry to another, yet you choose to let them drift. Acknowledge their presence, don't chase them away, but instead behold them with curiosity, like clouds floating across a clear blue sky. The rhythm of your task now embraces you, the gentle rise and fall of your chest as you move from dish to dish, the water, a constant companion. With each rinse, with each scrub, the weight of the day begins to lift. It is as if you're weaving a tapestry of presence, thread by thread, reminding you that each moment is precious, a gift to be unwrapped slowly. You reach for a glass, smooth and fragile, and hold it up to the light. Candy prisms scatter across the kitchen, rainbow droplets dancing on the countertop. A smile flickers across your lips as you consider how this small glass held vibrant drinks full of laughter and clinking cheers during countless gatherings. The stories held within glass walls mirror your own, reflecting both the chaos and the grace of living, of loving, of being. You rinse it gently, your mind quiet, and once it is free of its burdens, you set it aside, allowing it to catch the light, a treasure momentarily freed from its duties. It is in this small act that you find liberation and to surrender to the flow, to the connectedness of all things, both fragile and strong, as you linger in this place. The sun begins its slow descent, casting long shadows that dance across the room, the kitchen, filled with warmth, envelops you a cocoon of gratitude and peace. A moment arises when you recognize that it is not merely the act of washing dishes, but the act of being present to life itself. You are both here and nowhere else, just a soul, embracing the beauty of simplicity. In the stillness, a moment of clarity emerges. With every dish, every spoon, there lies a thread of connection to those who have come before you, those who will come after. Life unfolds as a series of moments strung together like a necklace of pearls. In washing these dishes, you honor each one a meditation on interdependence, on care, on the nourishment that sustains us all. The final plate finds its way into the drying rack as you take a step back. The kitchen is now a quiet sanctuary, the dishes gleaming under the fading light. You take a deep, satisfying breath, allowing the sense of completion to wrap around you like a soft blanket. In this moment of stillness, stillness becomes your guide, a reminder that in the flow of life, amidst the busyness, there is always room for presence, for reflection, for peace. As you stand in the warmth of this moment, breathe into the space of calm that envelops you. Each day is a series of simple acts: washing dishes, greeting the morning sun, sharing a smile. All are invitations to return to the essence of being, reminding you that even in the smallest acts, there dwells a profound stillness. Let this awareness seep into your heart as you carry it forward. Like water flowing gently over stones, a whisper of serenity in the ever-unfolding journey of life. In the soft embrace of this moment, allow yourself to come to rest. Let the gentle rhythm of your breath guide you as each inhale fills you with a sense of now, and each exhale releases the doubts and distractions of the day. Picture a warm sunlight weaving through the leaves of a tree, casting dappled shadows on the ground, a gentle reminder that life is unfolding just as it should. As you settle in, consider the beauty in the mundane, in the quiet dance of our daily existence. And with that thought, let us wander together into a story on a gentle afternoon, when the sun hangs low in a sky brushed with shades of gold. A woman named Clara finds herself faced with a simple yet profound task: washing the dishes. The clatter of the plates and utensils fills the air like an orchestra warming up, each sound a word in the language of home. She rolls up her sleeves, the fabric cool against her skin, and fills the sink with warm water, bubbles frothing to the surface, like tiny clouds eager to float away as the water spills over the rim. Clara pauses and watches how the light catches the soap bubbles, creating a shimmer of colors, a miniature rainbow swirling in the basin. She leans closer, breathing in the fresh, clean scent, the fragrance mingling with the hint of lemon from her dish soap. In this moment, Clara feels grounded, a silent promise that she is here, not lost in the chaos of thoughts, but fully immersed in the experience at hand. She picks up a plate, feeling its cool, smooth surface against her fingertips. The first splash of water glides over the ceramic, a soft sound like a whisper in the quiet of her home. As she begins to scrub, she notices the rhythm of her hands, the simple back and forth motion. Stroke becomes a meditation, the tension in her shoulders loosening, the cares of the world drifting away like leaves carried by a breeze. In this space, the outside world fades. The distant hum of traffic becomes a lullaby, the chirping of birds outside her window, a gentle reminder of life moving beyond the walls. She shifts her attention to each sensation: the warmth of the water, the frothy texture of the soap, the growing pile of shining dishes beside her. Each plate washed is an act of care, each glass rinsed a moment of clarity. Thoughts begin to surface, like bubbles rising in the sink, but instead of clinging to them, Clara lets them float away. Perhaps there's a worry about her job, perhaps a lingering concern for a loved one. Today, she holds these thoughts lightly, acknowledging them without judgment. Okay? They are simply visitors passing through, not permanent residents. With each dish she scrubs, she finds her focus deepening. She begins to notice the subtle nuances, the way the sponge glides over the surface of the plate, the sound of the water cascading away from the basin, each note a soothing balm for her mind. In this rhythmic flow of washing, a quiet realization blossoms. Each moment is an opportunity to return home, a reminder that presence is a gift. The sunlight pours through the window, bathing her in warmth, illuminating the steam rising from the hot water. Clara watches the vapor dance like a wisp of thought, then disappear into the air. She feels an ache in her muscles, but it is a good ache, a sign of being alive and engaged. With each movement, she becomes more aware of herself, a gentle unfolding as the warmth of the water envelops her, cradling her in softness. As she rinses the last dish, a simple moment takes on weighty importance. The feeling of water running over her hands becomes a thread connecting her to the vastness of the universe and endless cycle of care and connection. She smiles at the abundance surrounding her, the house filled with memories, the comfort of a quiet afternoon, the richness of her own heartbeats, steady and rhythmic like the flow of water. Finished with her task, Clara stands a moment longer at the sink, letting the peace wash over her. She gazes at the gleaming dishes stacked neatly in the drying rack, the mundane transformed by her presence, each dish reflecting the light and, in its own way, the quiet radiance of her inner world. Just then, a soft sound rises from the corner of the room, a child's laughter trickling in like a melody. Clara turns to find her daughter, Lily, watching her with wide, curious eyes. "What are you doing, Mommy?" she asks, bouncing on her small feet, a bloom of joy in the threshold, her energy as bright as the sun streaming through the window. "I'm washing the dishes, my love," Clara answers, her voice soft, inviting. "Can I help?" Lily's eyes shimmer with excitement, the delight of being included, like a spark igniting a fire. "Of course," Clara replies, kneeling down to be at eye level. In this exchange, a new chapter unfolds, one that invites them both into the rhythm of the everyday dance where mundane tasks turn into moments of connection, where life is woven together with laughter and love. Together, they turn back to the sink. Clara hands Lily a small sponge, and they begin, side by side, creating a harmony so sweet that it transcends the simple act of washing dishes. The water splashes, the laughter mingles with the rhythm of their movements, and Clara feels the warmth of joy in her heart with every plate they clean, with every laugh shared. Clara realizes that presence is not merely a solitary act. It is a shared experience, one that ripples through time and space, binding them together in their shared task, growing deeper roots of connection with each passing moment. The mundane is alive with possibility. As Clara finishes rinsing the last dish, she looks at her daughter, their hands intertwined in sudsy water, a moment etched into the fabric of their lives. There is a profound stillness in her heart, a recognition that each moment, be it washing dishes, sharing laughter, or simply breathing, holds the power to connect, to nurture, and to transform. And in this unfolding, Clara knows that being present, even in the simplest experiences, is where true richness lies. Each breath, every sound, every whisper of water an invitation to embrace the beauty of simply being. In the quiet of a late afternoon, the world outside drifts into a hushed stillness, like a soft lullaby that beckons us to pause. Take a moment to settle into your space, letting the day's noise fade into the background, like distant echoes carried on the wind. Breathe deeply, feeling the air fill your lungs, then release it slowly, surrendering any tension with each exhale. With this breathing, allow yourself to arrive fully in the present moment, aware of the sensations that surround you, inviting each feeling to pass through you like clouds across a serene sky. Imagine it is a Saturday afternoon, sunlight streaming through the kitchen window, casting gentle patterns across the countertop. You stand before a basin filled with warm water, a soft towel draped over your shoulder, and a stack of dishes waiting patiently. Each plate and cup, an echo of the meals shared, of conversations and laughter. As you gaze at the bubbles swirling in the fragrant water, a sense of calm envelops you. You feel the warmth radiating from the basin, inviting you to embrace this simple task. As you reach for the first dish, your fingers sink into the warm water. The sensation is soothing, almost like a gentle hug. You lift the plate, feeling the smooth coolness of its surface against your palm. Look closely at this dish. Notice the flecks of food that remain remnants of nourishment. With a soft sponge in hand, you begin to cleanse it, coaxing away the remnants of yesterday's gathering. The sponge glides against the porcelain, and you become aware of the delicate sound it makes, a soft squishing, rising and falling with your movements. With each pass of the sponge across the surface, consider the fluidity of the water, the way it captures the sunlight, refracting it into tiny rainbows. The bubbles forming become like tiny universes, darting and dancing in their own free form, carefree and alive. As you rinse, feel the cool water cascade over your hands, and for a moment, let your thoughts drift away, joining the flowing stream of the present. Next comes a glass. Its solidity is both familiar and yet somehow delicate. As you scrub, you focus on how transparent it is, how it allows light to pass through effortlessly. Your breath steadies as you gently cleanse it, and through this simple action, something profound begins to emerge. They say clarity is a gift, but perhaps it is also something you can cultivate now as you wipe away yesterday's remnants. Each stroke of your hand becomes an act of nurturing, both for the glass and for yourself. You feel time distill into this moment, as if the world outside has softened, the sounds of the birds chirping faintly coming from the open window, blending with the soft rhythm of your breathing. The nearby clock ticks steadily, marking the passage of time, yet none of it matters now. There is just this, the present, the soothing rhythm of mindfully washing, and the essence of life unfolding gently in your hands as you gather the dishes. You can hear the soft slosh of water against ceramic and glass. Each sound resonates in your body, a reminder of rhythm, of presence. You pause momentarily, taking in the entirety of the task before you, this beautiful dance of routine that so many overlook. Here, you find connection, not only to the items before you, but to the very act of being. There's tenderness in treating these objects with care, honoring the stories they hold and the sustenance they offered. You begin to feel the counter beneath you, cool and steady, grounding you in this moment of stillness. You can sense the small vibrations of energy through your feet, connecting you to the earth. Letting your body rock gently side to side, like the sway of tree branches in the breeze, becomes a gentle reminder that you are a part of this world, and this act of washing is a connection to life itself, sane, nourishing, cleansing. Now, as the last of the dishes gleams and the water runs clear, take a moment to appreciate the beauty in what has been accomplished. You wipe your hands on the towel, absorbing the soft fabric against your skin, feeling the lingering warmth from the dishes radiating back into your palms. You pause here, allowing the mundane and extraordinary to intermingle, a small smile creeping across your face. Look out the window now, where the light has begun to shift, painting the sky in shades of golden sepia. Notice how your heart has slowed, how your mind has quieted. The world continues beyond the window, a flurry of activity, yet you remain anchored, aware of your own gentle heartbeat, a soft backdrop to this symphony of life. The next moment flows naturally upon you, as the last drops of water drain from the sink. Each sound, the drip, the echo, the fading hum of a distant car serves as a reminder of the divine cadence that underlies the everyday chaos. Let go of the need for perfection. Even in this process of washing, there is beauty found in imperfections, in the quiet acceptance of what is. Perhaps this too can serve as a metaphor for life. Gentle act of washing away what no longer serves, making room for fresh beginnings as you step away from the sink and the warmth of the water lingers in your fingertips. Remember that this moment is but a reflection of the greater tapestry of your day. Each act, no matter how small, has the potential to ground you in presence. With each breath, remember that the gentle flow of life continues, like water running over stones, shaping you slowly, gently, into the person you are always becoming. As you carry this sense of serenity forward, let it warm the corners of your heart and guide you into the next moment, ever steady, ever present. In this moment, as you settle into a place of stillness, take a deep breath. Allow the air to fill your lungs, and as you exhale, release any tension held in your body. Feel the weight of your feet resting on the ground, grounding you to this very moment. Let your awareness gently expand, tuning in to the cadence of your breath. The rhythm of your heartbeat, each pulse a reminder of the life flowing through you. Imagine yourself surrounded by a gentle light, a warm embrace of presence that invites you to fully arrive here and now. The story unfolds on a quiet afternoon, when the sun filtered through the kitchen window, casting soft shadows and golden pools of light upon the counter. There stood a sink full of dishes, humble gathering of plates, bowls, and utensils, remnants of a nourishing meal shared in laughter and connection. The soft murmur of the world outside, a distant melody of birdsong. The rustle of leaves beckoned for attention, yet here in the warmth of the kitchen, time felt suspended. It's inviting a deeper listening. As you step closer, the sink invites you into the moment. The water slumbers in the basin, cool and still, waiting for the warmth of your touch. With the turn of a faucet, the water begins to flow. The sound, a gentle cascade that dances against the porcelain and metal, each droplet, a tiny note in the symphony of now. You pause, observing how the water gleams, the light catching its surface, transforming it into a shimmering ribbon of clarity. With a deliberate intention, you place your hands beneath the stream, feeling the warmth envelop you, a soothing blanket, against the coolness of the sink. The sensation is immediate and grounding, pulling your attention fully into the present. As the water swirls around your fingers, you become aware of the way it glides over your skin, fluid and alive, as if each molecule is whispering soft secrets of tranquility. And in this simple act of washing dishes, there lies an invitation to be fully seen, fully felt. The first dish plate, with remnants of a sunny yellow curry, slides into your palm. As you begin to scrub, you notice the texture beneath your fingertips. The slight coolness of the ceramic contrasts with the warmth of the water, each stroke a tender caress. The sponge sinks into the curry's remnants, releasing the fragrance of spices infused with love. You breathe it in, the scent, a tender remembrance of shared tastes and stories. Each wipe, each rinse, allows you to let go of yesterday, to release the past with a flick of the wrist. As suds birth bubbles that float away like tender dreams as you rinse. The water cascades over the plate in a gentle waterfall, the sound harmonizing with the distant chirp of birds outside. With each pass under the running water, you become aware of the threads connecting you to this moment, the steady drip of water, the gentle clink of dishes against each other, the soft rhythm of your breath. You are not just washing dishes, You are washing away thoughts of what lies ahead. You are surrendering to the here and now in the midst of this ordinary task. Your mind may wander, thoughts drifting like clouds across the vast expanse of the sky. You notice the gentle tug of distraction, a reminder of a task unfinished, a conversation left hanging, a worry nudging at the edges of your peace. And instead of following those threads, you choose to breathe, anchoring yourself back to the water. Q, to the touch of the sponge against the dish, to the warmth enveloping your hands. The next dish arrives, a bowl, cute, deep and round, cradling remnants of a sweet berry compote. As you delve into cleaning, you observe how the crimson stains cling stubbornly, a metaphor of distractions that cling to your busy mind. The sponge glides across the surface, encountering resistance. You meet the stains firmly but gently dares. No rush, no need to force them away. The soft agitation of the sponge loosens each mark, and gradually the bowl reveals its clarity beneath. The water swirls around, washing away not just the remnants of a meal, but perhaps the remnants of thoughts that no longer serve you. Each dish holds a memory, a story, laughter shared, conversations woven, moments cherished. And as you wash, care for them, you honor those experiences, knowing that they are part of the tapestry of your life. The sound of water continues to flow, and with it, the gentle rhythm of your heart sinks. You begin to feel an expansiveness within you, a spaciousness that welcomes each thought, each feeling with gentle curiosity. With a final rinse, you place the bowl on the drying rack, letting it stand there, dripping and glistening, a testament to your presence. There is grace in this practice of cleaning, a sensation of clearing not only the physical space around you, but creating a lightness within as well. Now, you encounter a pot, sturdy and strong, with memories of savory stews and shared family, meals layered within its walls. The grip of the sponge against the iron surface feels solid and reassuring, and as you scrub, your mind wanders back to a moment one filled with warmth, laughter, the company of loved ones gathered around. You can almost hear the echoes of voices, the melody of joy interspersed with laughter. The act of washing becomes a ritual of gratitude, an acknowledgement of the nourishment provided, both bodily and spiritually, in the ebb and flow of the water, the mingling of warm suds against cool metal. You are reminded of balance, how life unfolds in cycles of warmth and coolness, ease and difficulty. You allow this understanding to settle within you, savoring the way it feels to embrace both sides of experience without rejection. As the pot becomes clean, its sheen reflects the light of the kitchen, illuminating the space around you, and you pause in your movement. There's a moment of silence, a breath held in reverence for the simplicity of the task. You recognize here that in the act of washing, you are a witness to the present, that here, in the cradle of your kitchen, is where life is happening. You finish with the last dish, the simple act, fully complete, and stand for a moment, simply observing the sink filled with bubbles, the counter lined with gleaming plates that breathe freshness into the air. A sigh of satisfaction leaves your lips, a release of tension, a letting go of everything outside of this moment as you step back. The soft glow of the afternoon light continues to wrap around you like a warm shawl. There is beauty in this shared space, in the stillness that follows the clearing. You close your eyes briefly and breathe in deeply, filling your heart with the sweetness of an afternoon well spent, of simple acts infused with love. As you gently bring your attention back to the world beyond the kitchen, the insights of presence linger softly within. You carry with you the warmth of water, the scent of curry and berries, and the awareness of how each moment, no matter how small, can become a portal to stillness. In this expansive stillness, you find that each task, each breath, is an invitation to embrace life as it unfolds, nourishing, cleansing, and whole. In the stillness of this moment, let your breath find its rhythm, a gentle dance of in and out, like the soft lap of waves against a quiet shore. As you settle into the space you occupy, feel the weight of your body connecting with the surface. Beneath you, the grounding embrace of earth. Allow your mind to float like a feather caught in a breeze, noticing each thought that comes and goes without judgment, like clouds passing across an endless sky. Here, in this tender invitation, let us embark on a journey, one that dwells in the simplicity of our everyday lives. Once upon a time, in a small and sun-soaked town dappled with afternoon light, there lived a woman named Clara. Each day, Clara would wander the familiar paths of her life, but on this particular afternoon, the world felt exceptionally inviting, as if each leaf and breeze was whispering secrets, just waiting to be heard. Clara, having finished her morning tasks, found herself drawn to her favorite spot, a gentle hill at the edge of the woods, where wildflowers danced in the breeze. With each step, the soft earth cradled her feet, and she could hear the swish of the tall grasses, a subtle rustling that seemed to beckon her closer. The sun spilled a warm glow across her skin, and she inhaled deeply, filling her lungs with the fragrance of blooming lavender and sweet clover. As she reached the hilltop, Clara paused to take in the panorama that unfolded before her. The sky was a deep cerulean canvas, brushed with wisps of clouds, morphing like playful shapes in a child's imagination. She sat down on the cool, worn grass, letting the earth support her, feeling each blade gently tickling her skin. She noticed how the breeze danced around her, gentle and playful, sending ripples across the nearby pond, creating tiny waves that shimmered like scattered diamonds. She closed her eyes, listening to the symphony of the afternoon. Birds chirped a joyous melody, and the distant laughter of children floated through the air, mingling with the soft rustle of leaves that whispered secrets of the wind. This was her moment, a pause in the rhythm of life, a chance to simply be in. This stillness, thoughts began to trickle in like streams weaving through the landscape of her mind. Daily worries surfaced like pebbles in a brook, yet Clara observed them without clinging, nodding towards them as if greeting old friends. "Ah, I see you, plan of the day. And you, too, concern of tomorrow." Each thought floated by, as if carried on the wind, dissipating into the vastness of the sky. With awareness, Clara began to explore her senses. She felt the warmth of the sun painting her cheeks, the kiss of a cooler breeze fanning her hair away from her face. The taste of anticipation lingered on her lips, a soft hint of wild berries that grew along the path she walked, sweet and tart. She embraced the sensation of earth beneath her, the firm yet gentle expanse that cradled her body. She was anchored in this place. This moment, as her thoughts continued to drift, Clara's attention was drawn to a butterfly that fluttered nearby, its wings adorned with intricate patterns of orange and black, glimmering in the sunlight. She watched as it danced from flower to flower, ever so delicately exploring the blossoms with a focused grace. In those moments, Clara felt a stir of connection, a reminder of the beauty in visiting the present with curiosity and wonder. She smiled, witnessing the butterfly's journey, and realized how often she rushed past the small miracles happening around her. The moments that beckoned for attention, time slipped by in this sacred space, and Clara surrendered to the invitation of the horizon. She began to notice the soft changes in light as the sun began to descend, painting the sky in gold and hues of lavender. With each passing moment, the air felt thicker and richer, as if infused with a deep sense of gratitude. A soft sound, like a distant drumbeat, reverberated in her chest, and Clara breathed deeply, feeling the rise and fall of her body live, present, aware. Thoughts continued to drift, and yet she found solace in the fleeting nature of it all. The sun would set, the stars would awaken, and tomorrow's concerns would wait, waiting patiently for their time. In this unfolding, she felt a deep-rooted understanding. Every moment, no matter how simple, held the potential for beauty, a quiet symphony of existence. In her gentle exploration of this serene world, Clara became acutely aware of the interconnectedness of life. The flowers blooming, the breeze whispering, the skies shifting, each a thread in the fabric of being. She felt her heart open wider, embracing both her joys and burdens, letting them exist without resistance. She cultivated an exquisite sense of acceptance, as if the very essence of life embraced her back as the sun lowered further, casting elongated shadows that played among the wildflowers. Clara sensed a shift within her. It was no longer just an afternoon spent on a hill. It had transformed into a meditative journey, internal and external along, humanness joyfully intertwined. Clara, breathing in the essence of her surroundings, found she had woven her worries into these moments, leaving them to dissolve gently into the earth. Eventually, as day surrendered to dusk, Clara flicked her gaze toward the horizon, noting the first stars timidly blinking to life. She could feel the quiet light of the universe spilling over her like a warm, gentle reminder of her place in the vast tapestry of existence. With a soft exhalation, she rose from the hill, brushing the grass from her clothing as she prepared to return home. With each step she took, she carried the resonance of this peaceful time within her. Treasure of stillness nestled in the corners of her heart as Clara walked home. The path stretched ahead, illuminated by a soft glow of twilight. Each step felt deliberate and meaningful, and she knew she would carry this awareness with her, a reminder of the beauty hidden in simplicity. Tonight, as she came to rest in her evening rituals, those whispers of nature, the symphony of the ordinary would remind her that every moment, no matter how small, is an invitation to breathe deeply, to be present, and to find peace amidst the flow of life. In the quiet embrace of a morning, when the sun descends gently upon the world and the day unfolds in soft hues, take a moment to settle in. Allow yourself to arrive fully in this moment, to feel the gentle rise and fall of your breath, like the waves kissing the shore. Close your eyes, if you wish, and listen to the sounds around you, the rustle of leaves, the distant call of a bird, the rhythmic dance of your breath. Here, in this stillness, all is as it should be. You are invited to immerse yourself in a simple act, to revel in the beauty of the present moment that carries the essence of your being. In a small, sunlit kitchen, a woman named Clara stands at the sink, surrounded by the lingering aroma of breakfast. The gentle hum of a quiet morning wraps around her like a warm shawl. She rolls up the sleeves of her shirt, feeling the soft cotton against her skin. The water runs clear from the faucet, cascading like a soft waterfall, its sound blending harmoniously with the ticking clock on the wall, a reminder of the passage of time. As she prepares to wash a small mountain of dishes from the meal just shared, Clara lets the water run until it feels warm against her fingers. As she dips her hands into the soapy warmth, she can feel the slickness of the bubbles gathering around her fingers. The suds rise in frothy peaks, creating delicate shapes that dance and shimmer in the sunlight streaming through the window. Each dish before her tells a story: the chipped mug from her grandmother, the plate she bought on her journey to the coast, the mixing bowl that has seen countless family gatherings. She picks up the first dish, its surface still bearing the remnants of the past meal, smear of jam and a few drops of milk. The soft sponge sinks into the water, absorbing the warmth, and she brings it to the plate, moving it in slow, deliberate circles. As she does, she feels the texture of the dish under her fingers, smooth where it's been polished, rougher where it hasn't. Here, in this seemingly mundane task, Clara finds herself fully present, her thoughts gently drifting like clouds across a summer sky. Neither clinging nor resisting, with each stroke of the sponge, Clara begins to notice the sensations all around her, the way the water splashes softly against the porcelain, the faint whisper of her breath mingling with the sound of the flowing water. She feels the warmth envelop her hands, the gentle swirls of steam rising into the air, a soft caress upon her face. There is a quiet rhythm to the task, and Clara dances in tune with the flow of water and the rise of bubbles, surrendering herself to the moment as she moves from plate to cup to fork. Her mind occasionally flits away, thought about the day ahead, a worry about a friend. Yet, each time, Clara gently guides her awareness back to the sensations in her hands and the sounds around her. She embraces this gentle ebb and flow of her thoughts, allowing them to pass, much like leaves floating down a stream. There is no rush, no need to judge herself for wandering. With each pass of the sponge, she simply returns in the quietude of her task. She notices the sunlight glinting off the water as though the kitchen were alive with tiny diamonds. Clara stops for a heartbeat, mesmerized by the play of light. Each drop that captures the beam holds its own little world, a glimmer of perfection within imperfection. She allows herself to smile, the corners of her lips lifting effortlessly. The act of washing dishes has become a moment of gratitude, an acknowledgement of the tiny miracles that dwell within the simplicity of daily life. Lost in her rhythm, Clara feels a gentle sense of connection, though she is alone in the kitchen. She senses the presence of love in the dishes she cleans, each one embodying memories shared with those she cares for. She remembers the laughter around the table, the stories spun over meals, the comfort of shared spaces. The water splashes gently against her hands, as if to say, "This is life. It is here, and it is sacred." Settling deeper into the moment, Clara becomes aware of the rising sound of the water, the way the ripples breathe life into the mundane routine. It is now a symphony, the soft clink of metal against glass, the gentle gurgle of the drain, the rustle of the soap bubbles as they glide away. The world outside fades into the background. Time stretches, becoming elastic. No longer a straight line, but a rich tapestry woven with each breath. The dishes gradually dwindle, and with each one that leaves her hands, Clara feels a lightness inside her chest, a release of something unneeded, perhaps the worry of tomorrow's tasks or the weight of yesterday's concerns. She watches as each dish, once full of food, now gleams under her touch, each one transformed by the simple act of care. As she finishes rinsing the last plate, she observes the water swirling down the drain, a mini whirlpool of reflections, and light slowly whispering its goodbye. She stands for a moment, hands still in the sink, the water now cooling around her. With a gentle sigh, Clara releases the warmth into the surrounding air, lifting her gaze to meet her own reflection in the small window above the sink, of face softened by the act of presence, heart held tenderly in the moment. The sink now empty, Clara wipes her hands on a soft towel, feeling the fibers against her skin, grounding herself once again in the here and now. She takes a deep breath, savoring the sweetness of the air, tinged with the scent of soap and warm wood. There is fullness in this conclusion, an acknowledgement that each day contains countless opportunities for mindfulness, if only we choose to meet them. With her heart full of quiet joy, Clara steps back from the sink and lets the moment linger a little longer. As the quiet of the kitchen envelops her, she realizes that life, in its essence, is an ongoing act of washing dishes, interplay of tasks and thoughts, moments of connection and solitude. She understands that each second holds a gleaming invitation to presence, a reminder that within every ordinary act lies the extraordinary, waiting to be seen. With a final breath, Clara carries the stillness forward into her day, grateful for the quiet magic of being fully alive. In this moment, allow yourself to settle into the chair that cradles your body. Feel the gentle contact of fabric against skin, the familiar weight of your body pressing down, anchoring you to this very instant. Close your eyes, if you wish, and take a deep breath in through your nose, filling your lungs completely, then slowly let it out, releasing any tension you may be holding. Notice the rhythm of your breath, the gentle rise and fall, like the waves caressing the shore. Each cycle, a reminder of your presence here and now. The soft sound surrounding you, perhaps the whisper of wind, distant birds singing their early morning hymns, all invite you to pause, to be still and aware. As dawn breaks, the world slowly awakens, wrapped in the gentle embrace of morning light. You find yourself standing in the kitchen, the quiet sanctuary of your home, where time seems to slow down and the day is yet a blank canvas. The kitchen is filled with the soft, golden glow of sunlight filtering through the window, spilling over the countertops and casting delicate shadows that dance playfully across the walls. You walk toward the kettle, its sleek surface glimmering softly, a reflection of the day's promise. With each step, notice how your feet connect with the cool tile beneath, grounding you in this moment. The gentle hum of the refrigerator serves as a reminder of life's continuous rhythm, an unhurried pulse reminding you that there is no rush. Only now. You fill the kettle with water, watching as it flows, a silver cascade that glistens under the soft morning light. Honor the sound, the gentle splashing, a soothing melody that invites you deeper into presence. Okay, as you set the kettle on the stove and turn on the heat, allow your attention to flow with the steam that begins to rise, a delicate dance of water, vapor spiraling upward, vanishing into the air, much like thoughts that drift in and out of your mind. In the wait, you turn to the cupboard, sliding open the door with a gentle touch. You can hear the soft creak of the hinges, an almost whispered sound welcoming you in. As your fingers graze the familiar boxes of chamomile, green, and jasmine, you pause. Each box is a vessel of flavor, but even more so, each holds a quiet memory of warmth, comfort, and transition. Like moments in your life, they are containers of experience. Choosing chamomile, you allow the aroma to unfold as you open the box, a fragrant warmth enveloping you, reminiscent of soft summer evenings kissed by gentle breezes. You savor this scent, close your eyes, and breathe it in deeply. Each inhalation is a reminder of simplicity, of how small things can evoke profound feelings. The warmth of the tea turns into your sanctuary, a slow embrace marking your connection to the day ahead. The kettle begins to whistle, a gentle yet insistent call to attention. You pour the hot water over the chamomile, watching the flow as it mingles, the golden liquid swirling, releasing its essence, much like thoughts merging into clarity. You notice the steam rising, spiraling into the air, a tangible reminder of the transition from one state to another. Allow yourself to breathe it in, the combination of warmth and aroma curling around your senses. A beacon of comfort. Finding a seat at the table, you place your cup before you, cradling it between your hands. The heat radiates gently, warming your palms, filling you with a sense of safety. In this moment, you realize the cup is more than just a vessel. It's a reminder to be present, to hold space for yourself amid the busy world swirling beyond the kitchen window. Birds chirp cheerfully outside, their songs weaving through the air like delicate threads. Each note a celebration of life unfolding as you sip the tea. Let the warmth spread through you, a golden river coursing from the tips of your fingers to the depths of your being. Each sip is a meditational moment, a taste, a connection to here and now. Feel the liquid sliding over your tongue, its richness enveloping you in a cocoon of peace. Focus on the sensation, the warmth, the flavors dancing along your palate. Allow the tea to envelop you, washing away remnants of yesterday's worries, all the to-do lists and obligations waiting impatiently outside these four walls. Thoughts may float in and out, as they do, but like clouds passing across a blue sky, you watch them come and go without attachment. With every thought, remind yourself it is okay to simply acknowledge their presence, then release them like a leaf drifting on a gentle stream. They float away, leaving you only with the essence of this moment, the warmth of your cup, the sounds of the morning, the peace within your heart. Time feels fluid here, no longer constrained by the ticking of a clock. The aroma of chamomile lingers, wrapping around you like a cherished memory, each inhalation deepening your sense of relaxation. A smile touches your lips, effortless appreciation for the simplicity of this moment, the morning light. The warmth of the cup cradled gently in your hands, this quiet space where everything else fades away. You take another sip, letting the warmth seep deeper. And as you lean back in your chair, the light shifts, painting the world just outside your window with hues of gold and soft blue. The stillness dances around you, an invitation to lose yourself in this quietude. In the silence, you may find clarity emerging. The weight of the day ahead seems lighter, more attainable. You are reminded that life's beauty often lies in the mundane, in the simple rituals that ground us and bring us back to ourselves. In that extraordinary, ordinary moment, a wave of gratitude washes over you. You feel thankful for the simplicity of a morning brew, for the chance to pause and simply be. The world outside is awakening, but here, inside your kitchen, beneath the gentle light, you have carved out a little sanctuary for yourself. You finish your tea, feeling the last warmth lingering in the bottom of the cup. As you place it down, you feel a sense of completion, of drawing the day into focus. Each action resonates with meaning, clearing the cup, rinsing it under cool water, watching the droplets glisten before they vanish. Just like the moments of your life slipping seamlessly into another. And as you stand at the sink, perhaps now even more aware of the water flowing, the sound of it slipping down the drain becomes a soft reminder of the present moment, the here, the now, the beauty nestled in the everyday. You have shared in the sacred act of connection to yourself, to your surroundings, to the simplicity of life that unfolds around you. Carry this stillness with you as you step into the day beyond your window, knowing that, like the tea you brewed, you too can find warmth in each moment, steeping in the richness of simply being. In the quiet moments just before dawn breaks, the world holds its breath, suspended between night and day. Close your eyes softly and breathe in the cool air of early morning, rich with the scent of dew-kissed grass and fresh earth. Allow your thoughts to settle like fallen leaves on a still pond, observing them without judgment as they drift by. With each breath, feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest, the rhythm of your being like the soft waves lapping at the shore. It is in this stillness, in the tender embrace of now, that the heart can open and the mind can quiet. Imagine a kitchen bathed in the soft, golden light of the rising sun. The world outside is waking, but within this space, time feels fluid, almost suspended. You stand at the sink, hands submerged in warm, soapy water, surrounded by the gentle clinking of dishes. This mundane act, often overlooked, becomes a sanctuary of mindfulness. As you reach for the first plate, its cool surface contrasts with the warmth of the water. You can hear the subtle sound of the bubbles popping and the water flowing steadily. There is a rhythm here, a dance of sorts, as you lift the plate and bring it close to your face. Breathe in deeply. Can you smell the faint remnants of last night's meal? Perhaps a hint of garlic, a whisper of rosemary trapped in the ceramic. Feel the texture beneath your fingers, smooth yet slightly grainy, a reminder of the nourishment it once held. With each dish you wash, notice how the water glistens under the sunlight, transforming the everyday into a kaleidoscope of light. As you scrub, you can feel the warmth seep into your skin, a gentle embrace that massages your worries away. Your breaths become slow and deliberate, and each drop of water cascading down your arms brings with it a sense of release. What thoughts arise in this quiet moment? Perhaps a flicker of a worry about the day to come, or a memory dancing just outside your reach. Acknowledge them without diving in. Let them float like clouds in a vast blue sky. You're here now, with the dishes, cocooned in this sanctuary of soap and water. The rhythm of washing becomes meditative. The plate in your hands morphs from a mere object into an experienced vessel that once served food. Release it into the drying rack, and as it clinks against another, listen closely to the sound, a gentle affirmation that you are present. Engaged in a simple yet profound task, the kitchen transforms into a canvas, painted with the bright colors of morning. Sunlight spills through the window, warming your back, a soft reminder of the world outside that continues to turn. Occasionally, a bird's song flutters into the room, a sweet prelude to life stirring beyond the glass. Can you hear the melody? It flits gracefully through the air, inviting you to connect with this moment. This act of creation. Mindfully, you reach for another Disha mug. This time, its handle is cool to the touch, a comforting weight in your palm. You remember the warmth of the coffee it once held, the quiet moments spent cradling it in your hands. Focus on the tactile sensations, the shift of the material under the pressure of your fingers, the way the ceramic feels against your skin, smooth and reassuring. Now, close your eyes for just a moment, allowing your other senses to awaken. The sound of water swirling, the scent of soap, a combination of lavender and lemon, refreshing like spring, and the faint buzz of the refrigerator humming softly in the background. Each element a note in the symphony of your morning, with each item you wash and place aside. Think of the people who have shared meals from these dishes, the stories that were woven into the fabric of their existence. Honor those connections without holding on to them too tightly. Just as the bubbles from the soap start to dissipate, so too do the moments and thoughts connected to this act, gentle ebb and flow. As you scrub the last dish, a simple fork, you feel an overwhelming sense of completion wash over you. The water is turning cooler now, as are the light and sounds of the outside world. With each pass, you release the remnants of yesterday. The fork shines under the light, much like your spirit feels after a practice of presence, polished and luminous dots standing in the aftermath of your task. The empty sink glimmers with promise. There is a stillness as you take a moment to simply stand still, to be. You feel the connection of your feet to the cool tile beneath you, the grounding sensation anchoring you firmly to this space. This moment, with a gentle inhalation, allow yourself to embrace gratitude, not just for the cleanliness of the dishes, but for the serenity of this process and the mindfulness that has unfolded. As you take one last deep breath, feeling the air fill your lungs and the soft warmth of the sun enveloping you, know that this moment, this experience, will linger with you. The stillness you cultivated in washing the dishes carries on a hidden oasis within the fabric of your busy life. You can return to this stillness, this mindfulness, anytime you need, allowing the world to unfold in its own rhythm, while you find your center in the quiet heart of your experience. In the quiet of the morning, as the world awakens with the soft hues of dawn, take a moment to breathe deeply. Inhale slowly through your nose, letting the air fill your lungs, and release any tension with a gentle sigh. Feel your feet grounded on the earth, your body present in this space as the sounds of life begin to stir. Allow yourself to arrive fully in this moment, where time slows down and the heart opens. Here, amidst the ordinary, we find profound beauty, richness, and peace, on a day just like any other. When the sun stretched its golden fingers over the horizon, a woman named Clara found herself standing in the kitchen, the cool tiles beneath, her bare feet, the faint smell of coffee wafting in from the next room. The dishes from last night's gathering awaited her, a testament to laughter shared, stories exchanged, and hearts touched. It was a mess of plates and cups, a jumble of moments that had previously danced together in harmony. Clara moved toward the sink, porcelain gleaming under the soft morning light that filtered through the window. Each step was deliberate, her body swaying gently as she attended to the task at hand, hands brushing against the edges of the counter. She paused, allowing herself to fully absorb her surroundings, the quiet hum of the refrigerator, the distant chirping of birds outside, the gentle cadence of her own breath. As the warm water coursed from the tap, she felt it envelop her fingers, inviting her to let go of any thoughts that float like the stream before her. The steam rose, swirling in the air, becoming a tender reminder of warmth and life. Clara tested the temperature with a quick touch. It was just right. She immersed her hands, feeling the soothing embrace of water as it wrapped around her like a soft blanket with each plate she lifted. Her mind began to settle into a rhythmic dance, the tactile sensation of the smooth ceramic igniting a quiet joy within her. She could feel the weight of each dish, heavy with memories, light with the essence of companionship. As she scrubbed, she noticed the gentle scrape of the sponge against the surface, a soft sound that became a melody to her ears. The bubbles danced and popped, tiny bursts of joy rising in the warm water, sparkling like stars in the vast universe of her small kitchen. Clara turned her attention to the glassware, each one reflecting fragments of her world. She closed her eyes for a moment, allowing the sensations to deepen. The coolness of the glass, the slickness of the soap, the weight in her hands, all coming together to create an exquisite sense of presence. She could hear the gentle rush of the water cascading down the drain. It's a reminder of time flowing unimpeded into the undefined future. Thoughts began to flit through her mind, worries about work, spurs of obligations, echoes of to-do lists, but Clara chose to acknowledge them without judgment. She let them drift like clouds in the sky, allowing the present washing of dishes to draw her back from the pull of the external world. With each passing minute, she found herself immersed deeper into the task, hands moving in a serene flow, choreographed by intention, guided by mindfulness. And then, there it was, a moment of pause as her fingers grazed the rim of a coffee cup. A wave of gratitude washed over her. She could taste the warmth of the coffee still lingering on her tongue, feel the warmth of her friend's laughter echoing faintly in the back of her mind. Each dish became not just an object to clean, but a vessel overflowing with memories, a reminder of shared moments that enriched her life. She took a breath, feeling that familiar tug of love and connectional woven tapestry of yesterday. After some time, the dishes sparkled, the sink devoid of clutter, and Clara washed her hands, patting them dry with a soft cloth. The mundane task transformed into a meditation, a moving reflection on care, kindness, and presence. Satisfied with her work, she stepped back, observing her kitchen transformed. Light pouring in like a blessing, shadows retreating. Clara leaned against the counter, gazing out of the window. The trees swayed gently in the breeze, their leaves shimmering like emeralds in the sunlight. She allowed herself to linger in this moment, feeling the earth beneath her feet, the air caressing her skin, the world around her alive and vibrant. She held on to the stillness, letting it flow through her, anchoring her more deeply in the present. Once again, her mind began to wander, this time into dreams and possibilities, hopes for the day ahead, visions of the loved ones she might connect with. But she gently returned to her breath, placing one hand on her heart and one on her belly, feeling the gentle rise and fall. The softness of the moment enveloped her, wrapping her in a cocoon of acceptance, and as she prepared to greet the day, she carried the essence of that stillness with her. Each step outside the kitchen was a conscious choice, each interaction a chance to weave mindfulness into the fabric of her day. The dishes, once a chore, now stood as reminders, a spark of mindfulness that could beckon her back whenever life felt overwhelming. Clara closed her eyes once more, feeling the sun's warmth on her face, a reminder that grounding in stillness could be embraced in the ordinary. With each breath, a sense of gratitude blossomed within her, a gentle knowing that even in the most mundane tasks lies profound beauty. An opportunity to pause, appreciate, and simply be. Too, in this quiet space of awareness, she found peace, an embodiment of presence that would ripple softly into her day, reminding her that the embrace of life is often found in the details we choose to cherish. In the gentle embrace of now, allow your breath to flow in and out, like the soft rise and fall of waves upon the shore. Each inhale a gift, each exhale a release, inviting stillness to envelop you. Let the world around you fade, and feel the spaciousness of this moment expand within. As thoughts drift by like clouds, acknowledge them with kindness and return to the rhythm of your breath. Now, settle into the heart of this simple story, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary, and presence takes root. It was early morning, and the air outside was laced with dew, each drop shimmering like a tiny jewel in the gentle light of dawn. The sun, just beginning to peek over the horizon, painted the sky in hues of soft lavender and warm gold. Inside the small home, the kitchen awaited, full of the remnants of yesterday's meals, a collection of plates, glasses, and silverware, awaiting their transformation. As you step into the kitchen, the coolness of the tile beneath your bare feet stirs a quiet awakening in your body. The soft hum of the refrigerator is a comforting backdrop, a reminder that life carries on with its own gentle insistence. There is a ritual here, an everyday dance with water and soap, a moment to connect with the simplicity of chores, the warm embrace of almost familiar hands around a sponge. You draw a breath, a deep, intentional inhale, allowing your lungs to fill with the crisp scent of the morning, tinged lightly with the aroma of last night's dinner, mingling with the freshness of the day. Tucking your hair behind your ear, you reach for the faucet, the cold metal cool against your fingertips. As you twist the knob, the water awakens, gurgling into life, then flowing, cascade, spilling over the sink like a gentle stream. You watch as the water gathers into a pool, rippling softly. Each droplet drips with purpose, a small offering to the tasks ahead. You gather a plate, its surface still bearing the remnants of laughter and sharing. With the sponge in hand, you dip it into the warm, soapy embrace of the water, and a few bubbles rise, dancing lightly in the air before they pop, leaving behind the sweet scent of citrus and renewal. As you begin to wash, the warm water glides over your hands, wrapping you in its gentle embrace. Each scrape of the sponge creates a soothing sound, a rhythmic scrubbing that echoes in the quiet of the morning, pulling you deeper into the moment. The texture of the plate beneath your fingers is cool and smooth, yet now infused with warmth from the water. And as you cleanse, you find yourself focusing on the simple act of being present, and this tasky stroke of the sponge becomes a gesture of care. Thoughts come and go, flitting in like the light streaming through the window, illuminating the space around you. A thought about the day's responsibilities drifts in, but you don't cling to it. You allow it to float away, like a feather on the wind, redirecting your attention back to the soothing rhythm of your movement scrub. Rinse, set aside. Each dish becomes a canvas upon which you paint with the soft waves of your intention. Intention to be here, engaged with every detail of the experience. The water envelops your hands, a baptism of sorts, washing away not just food remnants but distractions, worries about the future, and regrets of the past. Each moment is a stepping stone, moving you deeper into presence as you pick up a glass. Its curved form is cold and slightly slick. The sunlight refracts through it, creating dancing patterns on the counter. You pause, captivated by the simple beauty of light playing upon glass. These small moments of glass a dish are treasures waiting to be seen, each reflecting a slice of life vivid in its clarity. With the mind's chatter settling, you begin to hear the sounds around you more clearly, the soft drip of water off the sink's edge, the distant call of a bird flitting through trees, each note a part of the symphony of morning. There's a feeling of connection, like a thread weaving through all life, binding you to the day, sprouting anew outside. The sponge glides across the surfaces, leaving trails of foam in its wake, the simplicity of cleaning offering insights that are profound yet soft, revealing the interconnectedness of things. Each glass and plate washed is a small victory, a contribution to the world, your world in this moment. You glance out the window, watching as a squirrel dances along the branch of a nearby tree, its tiny paws leaping with the light, fully absorbed in its world. This joyful creature invites you to remember the importance of play, of freedom in the simplest of actions, such deliberation in your intentions, yet an invitation to lightness. It's a beautiful paradox, this washing and watching, where you can be both dedicated and free. The final dish. The sink is now a pool of quiet, still water, a quiet reflection of all that has come before it. You take a moment to simply breathe, to soak in the accomplishment of presence, of attention in the midst of the mundane. You dry your hands on the towel, feeling the soft fabric against your skin, a reminder of warmth and care that envelops not just plates, but your spirit as well. With each action, you have engaged not just in washing dishes, but in a meditation on the present. You found roots in stillness, branches in awareness. The small kitchen, with its soft sounds and gestures of toil, has become a sacred space. And as you step back, glancing at the shining plates, now resting neatly, you feel a smile pulled at the corners of your mouth, not for the completed task, but for the realization that in this moment, you have lived fully. As you leave the kitchen, pause for just a moment. Take a breath and let it out slowly. Allow the warmth of the water, the softness of the sponge, and the simplicity of each movement to settle within you. Life, like this dishwashing ritual, invites moments to be taken in deeply. A reminder that in the ordinary lies the extraordinary. With gratitude, carry this stillness into the unfolding day, knowing that each moment you touch can hold a whisper of peace, waiting for you to listen. As you settle into a quiet space, take a deep breath, allowing your body to soften and invite the world around you to arrive at this moment. Feel the rhythm of your breath slow, steady, like gentle waves lapping against the shore. With each inhalation, gather in the essence of life itself. With each exhalation, let go of the tension that clings to you, releasing it into the expanse of stillness. In this fleeting moment, you are here, perfectly present, with the sounds of the world wrapping around you like a soft cocoon. Hear the whispers of nature, the rustle of leaves, and the gentle patter of raindrops as they begin to weave their stories. Imagine, if you will, a quaint kitchen with soft, faded sunlight filtering through the window, dappling the surfaces with warmth. The clock on the wall ticks softly, a steady companion in the backdrop of the day's unfolding. It is quiet now, save for the distant sound of raindrops. A symphony of nature that calls to you, inviting you deeper into this moment. You stand at the sink, hands submerged in warm, soapy water. The gentle bubbling surrounding your fingers like a nurturing embrace as you pick up a plate, a simple, unremarkable plate. Yet it carries the echoes of shared meals, laughter, stories. Allow your attention to rest on its surface. Feel the smoothness of the ceramic against your fingertips, the weight of it, a reminder of all that sustains you, lifting the plate towards the warm stream of water. Each droplet becomes a note in a tranquil song. Watch as the water cascades down, as if performing a delicate dance, swirling around the dish and carrying away the remnants of meals past. With each pass of your sponge, you can almost feel the memories dissolving. The remnants of yesterday's fare disappearing with a soft sigh. The scent of soap, fresh and invigorating, fills the air, mingling with the timid scent of rain that clings to the window panes. As you wash, allow your thoughts to drift like clouds. Perhaps they flitter about your mind, a forgotten task, a worry, lingering at the edges of your consciousness. Acknowledge them as they arise, like raindrops tapping on your skin. Then gently let them dissolve back into the space from which they came. Just here, in this moment, washing dishes becomes your whole world. There is nothing else you need to do. No future to anticipate, no past to recall. Just the radiant act of now. The clock ticks on, yet time feels suspended. You want to pause? There, in this sacred ritual, each dish, a vessel of connection, each sparkle in the water, a reminder of clarity. You pick up a fork, and as you scrub its tines, you remember the shared meals, the laughter, and the conversations that floated around intertwining lives and stories. It is nothing more than an ordinary fork, yet in this moment, it holds the weight of love, of sustenance that binds us all with each rinse. Bubbles cling to the silverware like tiny galaxies, sparkling in the light. You gently shake free each utensil, letting go of the soapy residue as it spirals away. It's flowing down the drain, an act of release, a lesson in non-attachment. Feel the cool, smooth metal against your palm as you slide them into the drying rack, each one finding its place. Just as we find ours in the ebb and flow of life. Outside, the rain begins to fall more steadily, its melody shifting into a cascading chorus. Listen to its rhythm, soft, soothing, a lullaby for nature. As you step back to take it all in, allow yourself to observe the textures of the world beyond the window, the glistening leaves, the saturated earth, colors deepening with each drop that falls. The rain sweeps the streets clean, a gentle reminder of nature's power to renew. In this moment, reflect upon how the act of washing dishes mirrors the act of letting go of what no longer serves you. It is cleansing, necessary, and wholly beautiful in the midst of this gentle orchestration. Slip into the stillness that surrounds you, the whisper of the wind against the glass, the rhythmic pulse of the rain. Let it rhythmically drum against your heart. There is ease in this surrender, a grace that fills the space within you as you turn to the next dish, perhaps a mug, cute at the rim, but treasured nonetheless. Think of the many hands that have held it, the mornings it has witnessed, steaming with comfort. You pour water over it, the rivulets cascading down, each stream a reminder of all that flows through your life. In this act of caring for the small details, see how love infuses the simplest things. Allow your heart to swell with gratitude as you reflect on the connections these ordinary objects bring. Your breath flows in harmony with the world outside, merging with the rain, intertwining with the sighs of the earth, awakening to its own rhythm. In the simplicity of this task, feel the warmth of your presence infusing the air, each bubble, each drop. A heartbeat in this symphonic dance of existence. And as the last dish is placed on the rack, pause to celebrate this moment to moment, filled with simple joys, mindful movements, and quiet insights. With a final glance out the window, the rain subsiding into a soft patter, you feel a deep sense of peace settle within you in the ordinary act of washing dishes. You discovered the extraordinary beauty of presence, the gift of immersing yourself in the moment where the world stands still and life's rhythms unfold gently around you. As you step away from the sink, remember that each moment carries the potential for mindfulness, its calmness, and renewal. Much like the rain, hold on to that stillness within you, for it is always there, waiting patiently for your return. In the quiet of your surroundings, take a moment to settle. Allow the gentle rhythm of your breath to anchor you. Inhale deeply, feeling the air fill your lungs, and exhale slowly, letting go of the thoughts that drift like clouds. Sensations in your body, the weight of your feet on the ground, the softness of the fabric against your skin. As you bring your awareness to this present moment, feel the stillness envelop you, creating a sacred space in which you can immerse yourself fully. Here, in this moment, you are simply alive, aware, and witnessing the beauty of what is unfolding. There was a day when the sun hung low in the sky, casting a warm, golden hue across the kitchen as Mia stood by the sink, her fingers immersed in the cool water. The sound of the rushing liquid filled the silence, a gentle murmur that seemed to invite her attention. Each dish that passed beneath her hands was unique. Some were deeply glazed with remnants of yesterday's sauce. Others were simply waiting, naked and unadorned, for their moment to shine once more. As she reached for a plate, a memory floated to the surface, a gathering of friends around the table, laughter weaving through the air like the steam rising from the pot of soup. She felt a smile touch her lips as she recalled the warmth of those connections, the light in their eyes reflecting her own. In that simple act of washing the dishes, each movement became a dance of mindful presence. The water was a surprising temperature, a refreshing coolness that sent tingles through her fingertips. She noticed the way the bubbles formed and glided, reflecting the light as they popped, a small symphony of arrival and departure. With each scrub, there was a subtle resistance, the soft grit giving way to the embrace of the sponge. Mia allowed the sensations to wash over her, her thoughts drifting like leaves on a quiet stream. She could hear the gentle hum of the refrigerator, the distant chirping of birds outside, a reminder that life continued its rhythm beyond this small sanctuary. She focused on the weight of the utensils, heavy spoons, lightweight forks, a tactile experience in this isolated moment of being. What a gift it was, she mused, to feel the hot breath of the water against her skin as the warmth enveloped the cool metal. She turned the dishes over, the sunlight catching in unexpected angles, revealing colors and patterns that seemed to shift with her gaze. Each sparkling surface mirrored the transformation occurring within her, a shedding of hurried thoughts, an easement of daily burdens as she surrendered to this present task, cueing the fullness of her attention to each intricate detail. Time became a still pond, reflective and serene, as she moved deeper into the simplicity of the moment. The rhythm of washing, rinsing, drying, set lent itself to a heartbeat, a slow cadence that echoed the soft pulse of life surrounding her. Even the little sounds, drips of water escaping to the sink, the soft scrape of sponge against ceramic, became music, an ode to the quiet space she occupied. As she leaned in to rinse a delicate glass, she caught her breath, for in that moment she could see her own reflection shimmering beneath the water's surface. The glass was a vessel, clear and translucent, humble, yet full of potential. Just like her, she realized, she too was both empty and filled with experience. It was a moment to treasure this connection, and especially the realization that everything is an interplay of fullness and emptiness. She reflected on how often life whisked her away. It's a constant parade of duties and distractions. But now she was nowhere else but here, her hands engaged in an age-old ritual, one that tethered her to generations of people who washed up after meals, honoring the mess of life with a commitment to renewal. The light shifted. Shadows began to elongate across the floor as the sun made its gradual descent. The golden glow around her softened into a gentle amber haze. She turned her gaze to the window, where the trees swayed lightly in the evening breeze, a chorus of whispers echoing their secrets. It was a landscape shifting in shades of amber and green, alive with the simple yet profound dance of nature. Each rustle echoing the intimate rhythm of her breath. The water was still running as she moved through the motions. Scrub, rinse, dry. With each cycle, she could sense a lightness taking root in her chest, a quiet understanding that washing these dishes was more than just a mundane task. It was an act of caring, a nurturing of her space. Each dish reflected a moment shared, a meal enjoyed, creating a tapestry of experiences woven into her life. As she finished the last plate, she glanced around the kitchen, witnessing the transformation, the once chaotic remnants of a feast now tucked away. The counter space clear, inviting, and ready for the next creation. There was a bittersweet joy in this ending, a closure that felt like a gentle sigh following a long day. With each wiped surface, she felt lighter, a sense of gratitude blooming within her. Mia placed the last towel down, feeling the warmth still lingering on her hands, and paused to breathe. She gathered her awareness, each sense alive in that moment. The scent of warm detergent lingered in the air, a slight fragrance mingling with the earthy aroma of her potted rosemary, a tiny plant sitting on the windowsill. The acceptance of what had been, combined with the promise of what was to come, filled her with contentment. In that instant, the outside world faded away. What lay before her was an unfolding moment, a stillness that vibrated with life, rich and wondrous, aching with possibility. Here, within the four walls of her kitchen, she found clarity to a profound realization that the ordinary moments, wrapped in mindfulness, held within them the essence of life itself. As Mia stood still, a whisper of clarity settled around her, like a soft blanket. The dance of life was intricately woven into every thread of her day. In the simplest of tasks, she had connected with something deeper, reflection of presence that would gently carry her forward. With a heart full of gratitude, she stepped away from the sink, embracing the stillness that mirrored the quiet beauty of her own spirit. Here, in the embrace of the everyday, she discovered that the journey is not always about the destination, but the sacredness of every moment lived mindfully, fully, richly. Breathe in deeply, feeling the air fill your lungs, expanding your rib cage, and bringing a gentle pause in the flow of your thoughts. Notice how the light dances through the window, casting soft shadows across the room. Sit comfortably, allowing the weight of your body to ease into the support beneath you. Close your eyes if you feel called to, and let your attention settle on the present moment, the here and now. Let go of any lingering concerns, like leaves carried away on a gentle stream. Find a sense of curiosity to accompany you as we journey together into the simplicity of an ordinary experience, to uncover the beauty nestled in the folds of our daily lives. The sun hung low in the sky, a melting orb of warmth and golden hue, as the afternoon seeped into the edges of time. A faint rustling of leaves accompanied the cool, whispering breeze that threaded through the open window, carrying in the scent of blooming lilacs. It was in this moment, as the world outside unfurled its colors, that you found yourself standing by the sink, staring at a pile of clean yet unwashed dishes, a vivid testimony to yesterday's joyful gathering. The remnants of laughter and connection. As you roll up your sleeves, the water begins to flow, a silken ribbon cascading from the faucet, carving its path into the basin. The sound is soothing, a rhythmic patter that invites you to pause. Sink your hands into the warm water and feel its embrace, the gentle currents swirling around your fingers. The sensation wraps around you like a comforting shawl, dissolving the tension coiled tightly within your shoulders. You pick up the first dish, a simple plate, and as it glides into your hands, an echo of memory surfaces. The meal it carried, the faces gathered around the table, the stories shared like ripples expanding across a pond. In this moment, the plate is not just a dish. It becomes a vessel of recollections, a bridge between the past and the present. Each scrub of the sponge against the surface is a mindfulness practice in itself. As you work, notice the texture of the plate beneath the soft fibers, the gentle resistance, and the rhythm of your breath. Inhale through your nose, catching a hint of soap, and exhale through your mouth, letting go of distractions and worries. With every stroke, you are drawing your attention closer to the now, to a state of being rather than doing. You glance up through the window. A bird flits by, casting a fleeting shadow that dances along the countertop. It's a moment so small, yet it holds the essence of life. The sight invites a smile, a reminder that even in the mundane, there is wonder. As your hands continue their work, the water drips softly from the dishes, coining the purpose of the present moment. It is not about the accumulation of tasks, but about the way you inhabit each second. You dip a glass into the water, watching the bubbles form and disperse like laughter escaping into the air. It shines in the sunlight, gleaming, and you remember the convivial conversation that echoed around the table as it bore witness to clinking cheers and heartfelt toasts. Each glance at the glass transforms it into something beyond utility. It becomes a storytelling vessel laced with shared life. The sponge glides with ease now, caressing the surfaces with tender intention. The clinking sounds fill the air, a symphony of purpose, while your thoughts begin to soften. They float like leaves on a tranquil lake, sometimes swirling near the shore, sometimes drifting toward the horizon, but ultimately all returning to stillness. As you rinse the last plate, you can almost hear the water laughing too. It splashes, happily, relishing its role as cleansing agent, washing away not just residue, but also the busyness of the mind, the pressures of the day. With each wave that envelops the dish, you sense the release of what no longer serves you, a silent promise that you can come back to this act of self-nurturing whenever you please. The final moments unfold slowly. You place the dishes gently in a rack, a small act of care, a sign of gratitude for the joys they served. The counter may be clear now, but it has absorbed your presence, your awareness, and the gift of letting go. After a pause, you step back, observing the sunlight, catching the droplets of water adorning the dish's tiny prisms, reflecting 1,000 colors. Notice this beauty. It may be fleeting, yet it blooms in the richness of the moment. You'll realize that this ordinary task has woven a thread through your being, connecting you more deeply to the life unfolding around you. The quiet of the kitchen embraces you, as if offering a soft reminder that in every chore lies an invitation to be fully present. The world outside continues to turn, unaware of the quiet transformation occurring within you, an emergence into clarity, into simplicity, into peace. As you leave the kitchen, the stillness lingers in your mind like a precious jewel, a gentle nudge to carry the richness of this moment into the world. The act of washing dishes may have drawn you in, but it is the presence you cultivated that remains a reminder that the most profound insights often lie hidden within the simplest gestures. Here, in the ebb and flow of everyday life, pause occasionally and immerse yourself in the act of being, for in that space, the extraordinary is cradled by the ordinary, alive with possibility and peace. In the gentle embrace of the moment, as you sit here, take a breath, deep, intentional, and full. Feel the air brushing past your lips, cool and nurturing. Allow your senses to soften, like a warm breeze caressing a field of wildflowers. Honest, the sounds around youth, distant hum of life, the whisper of wind weaving through tree branches, almost like nature itself breathing. With each inhale, gather the richness of this moment, and with each exhale, release any tension, any weight that whispers of the past or future. Here, in this sanctuary of now, let the world fade. Just for a little while, imagine a quiet kitchen, sunlight spilling through the window, casting a golden hue upon a humble sink. A bowl lies waiting, its surface mirroring the delicate dance of light. The air is fragrant with remnants of morning's bounty, a subtle blend of coffee and citrus. You step toward the sink, cradling a few dishes still warm from the table. Remnants of laughter and conversation clinging to them like shadows of joy. As you place the first dish into the basin, hear the gentle splash. The water welcomes it, wrapping around it like a soft blanket. Feel the cool water rise, cascading over your fingers, embracing the warmth of the dish within its flow. As you pick up the sponge, it is textured, yet yielding, a gentle companion, ready to assist you in this simple yet profound task. With each stroke, you find yourself lost in the rhythmic motion of washing, a dance of hands and water, a conversation between you and the dish, a soothing sway, a gentle back and forth. The sponge glides over the ceramic surface. The sound of water swirls around you, a symphonic whisper, a lullaby inviting mindfulness to unfold. You focus on the sensations, the slippery trails of soap, the warmth of the water, the glisten of the dish as it transforms before your eyes. You pause for a moment, allowing thoughts to arise and pass like clouds drifting across a sunny sky. What do you bring with you to this moment? Perhaps a lingering thought or a feeling from the day. Acknowledge it and let it float away, like bubbles forming and gently bursting at the surface of the water. Let it go, freed into the open air. As you rinse the dish, pay attention to how the water cascades and sparkles, each droplet dancing in the light, alive with possibility. You may notice a flicker of impatience within you. The busy world outside tugs at your spirit, urges you to move faster, to hurry. Gently, you remind yourself, here, in this sacred moment of washing dishes, there is nowhere to be but right here. Each dish cleansed of its burdens, one by one, embrace the solitude of the task. The clinking of plates, the soft splatter of water, the gentle sighs of your own breath as you find a rhythm. Each motion becomes a meditation, pulling you deeper into the fabric of this experience. Feel the warmth in your hands as you lift a bowl to your chest, cradling it for a heartbeat. In this pause, let your heart meet the stillness. An unhurried meeting of spirit and sensation, where washing dishes becomes a letting go, a receiving, a celebration of the present moment. You continue your work, bringing forth plates, glasses, cutlery, an array of shapes and textures, echoes of memories, shared, each piece embodying a story of togetherness. Consider the moments that led to this, the time spent planning and creating, the laughter shared over the meal, the love that went into feeding those you hold dear. In this simple act, you create space for gratitude. Its dishes, now gleaming in the sunlight, reflect not only their surface, but also the warmth of connections made. Let gratitude settle in your heart, filling you like a warm bath, including you in peace as you place the last dish atop the drying rack. A sense of completion washes over you. This was not merely a chore. This was a sacred practice, an opportunity to dwell in awareness, to immerse yourself in the ordinary and find the extraordinary. The air shifts as you step away from the sink. The world outside hums, but here, stillness lingers like the sweet aftermath of a cherished song. You may carry this moment with you as you move through your day. The echoes of water and light reminding you of the beauty embedded in simplicity as you breathe in once more. Notice the lightness that has crept into the corners of your being. Allow this feeling to settle like a gentle dusk, soft and warm, wrapping itself around you as you reconnect with the vastness of life beyond this moment. Know that within the ebb and flow of daily living, there is a sanctuary within, stillness within, always present when you choose to turn your gaze inward. Here, amidst the ordinary, lay the seeds of awareness, blooming beautifully with each breath you take. In the gentle unfolding of the present moment, let your breath be your anchor. Feel the rise and fall of your chest, a slow tide of tranquility washing over you. Notice the space around you, the air softly enveloping your body, holding you in this moment. Nothing is required of you but to be here, to simply be. With each breath, settle into the rhythm of now, inviting calmness as a companion. The world outside may rush and swirl, yet here, in this moment, you are safe, you are whole. A vessel of experience waiting to unfold in a quaint kitchen. The soft light of dawn spills through the window, illuminating the remnants of the previous night plates with leftover morsels, cutlery resting in a gentle disarray, and a pot with dried herbs still releasing their earthly perfume. The day has only just begun, and yet there is an invitation lingering in the air. A call to presence wrapped in the simplest of tasks, the act of washing the dishes as you approach the sink. Each step feels significant, the cool floor beneath, your feet grounding you in the moment. You turn on the faucet, and the water begins to flow, a soothing symphony of sound that dances through the air like a gentle lullaby. You watch as the water cascades over your hands, cool and refreshing, creating little rivulets that race down the sides of the sink. You reach for the sponge, its texture familiar against your palm. As you squeeze, it releases a small sigh, the sound of air mingling with water. This tiny moment, so ordinary, invites you to pause. What is it to simply wash a dish? To allow the mundane to be adored to the extraordinary. Trace the delicate grooves of its surface with your fingers, each line a silent witness to the meals shared, the laughter echoing through the room. You dip it into the warm, soapy water, feeling the suds burst into tiny bubbles that float like dreams escaping into the morning light. The fragrance of lemony freshness fills your senses, a sweet reminder that even the simplest tasks hold beauty. As you scrub, you become aware of the rhythm you create, the scrape of sponge against porcelain, the gentle splash of water, the whispers of thoughts that drift in and out like clouds across a vast sky. Each sound weaves itself into the tapestry of your experience, a reminder that in this moment, you are both the actor and the observer. You turn your attention to the gentle swirl of foam rising around you, taking form and then dissolving, just like thoughts that come and go. Some are bright, shiny thoughts filled with tomorrow's to-do lists, while others are shadowy worries about the past. You notice them, acknowledge their presence without judgment, and then return your focus to the warmth of the water, the rhythm of your hands as you lather the dishes. You might reflect on what it feels like to be here, present and engaged. Enveloped in this moment, you are not just cleaning. You are honoring the lives that intersected at this table, the connections forged over shared meals, the simple yet profound act of nourishment. Love flows in the gentle soap and water, transforming a task often seen as trivial into an expression of gratitude. Each dish returns to its place, a silent testament to what has been. You glance outside through the window where the world begins to wake. The sun peaks above the horizon, casting long shadows and soft hues of pink and gold. It is a moment suspended in time, a reminder that each day offers new beginnings. As you rinse the last plate, the water runs clear, and you sense a lightness within. The act of washing has become a meditation, drawing you into a state of calm clarity. There is no rush, no next thing waiting to pull you away. There is only the flow, the embrace of now, where perfection is not the goal, but presence is. The path. You place the dishes on a drying rack, the sound of porcelain meeting with a soft punctuation mark in the silence. Here, in this kitchen, stillness is alive, and the air is filled with the promise of a new day. You lean against the counter for a moment, allowing the tranquility to fill you completely. Your breath deepens, softening your body and releasing the remnants of tension carried from the night before. Outside, a bird begins to sing, its notes piercing the quiet with crystalline clarity. Sound grounds you even further, drawing your awareness to the beauty in the ordinary, a reminder that life unfolds in layers. Each moment an invitation to connect, to appreciate. With each note, you feel a sense of belonging within the vast web of existence, a thread interwoven with nature, humanity, and all that is. As the warmth of the sunlight bathes you, you realize that the essence of mindfulness is not in the grand moments, but in recognizing the richness of daily life. Whether washing dishes, making a cup of tea, or even experiencing stillness at a dawn like this, you understand that each act brings with it the opportunity for love and connection. You smile, a simple gesture of gratitude for the experience that has unfolded before you. These moments remind you that life is indeed a series of presents wrapped not in ribbons and bows, but in the softness of water flowing over skin, the harmony of a dish being cleaned, and the fleeting beauty of a bird's song. And so, with your heart lighter and your mind clear, you step back from the sink into the childlike wonder of the day ahead, grounded in the knowledge that wherever you go, in whatever task awaits, you carry with you this gift of presence, never quite lost, forever available, whispering the endless stories of now. You stand for a while longer, embracing the stillness within and around you. As the familiar hum of the day begins to awaken, perhaps take with you the feeling of that soft water against your skin, the sound of laughter lingering over meals, and the beautiful reminder that every moment, no matter how mundane, is an opportunity to return to yourself. Each breath is a gentle invitation to find peace, to live fully in the now, discovering the extraordinary within the ordinary, now and always. In a quiet space that exists between thoughts, take a moment to settle into your breath. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest, like the soft waves lapping against the shore. Notice the weight of your body resting against the earth, the way gravity holds you in its embrace. In this moment, there is nothing to achieve, nowhere to go. Just the simplicity of being. As you close your eyes for a brief heartbeat, invite your awareness to wander to the sound of water, a stream, a river, or perhaps the calm flow of a faucet where the essence of life flows unbidden. Let the rhythm of your breath sink with this gentle stream and allow the story to unfold in the stillness of the here and now. It is a Saturday morning, just after dawn, when the golden light begins to spill generously through the kitchen window. Sunbeams play upon the counter, illuminating flecks of dust, creating a kaleidoscope of soft, shimmering halos. In this light, the ordinary feels extraordinary. With the faint chirping of birds spilling in through the open window, you rise from your slumber and pad into the kitchen, barefoot against the cool tiles, welcoming the day with an open heart. The sink, basin of still water, is waiting for you, a silent companion, a canvas of small, everyday choices. A turn, the faucet, and the water begins to flow. It sings a soothing song as it splashes playfully against the porcelain surface, each drop a note in this morning's symphony. You gather the dishes that tell the story of last night's meal. The remnants of laughter still linger in the air, sweet echoes of connection now solidified in the bowls and plates. With a conscious breath, you pick up the first daisha, simple, white plate adorned with the faded colors of a shared pizza. Its weight feels familiar in your hands, its cool surface a reminder of those moments shared at the table. The joy wrapped in laughter, even in the chaos of conversation. You place it beneath the stream of water, and it sparkles anew, droplets cascading off its surface as if celebrating its return to the beauty of cleanliness. As the warmth from the sudsy water envelops your hands, a gentle reminder of your presence blooms within you. The soap itself is a bouquet of scents hinting at lavender, citrus, a mingling of earth and sky. You breathe it in, absorbing the experience, each inhale pulling you deeper into the moment. The world outside shrinks to the confines of your kitchen, a sanctuary where time slows, where the mundane meets the miraculous. You rinse the plate and feel the water trickle over your fingers. A cool, dancing rhythm that draws your attention entirely. In the sound of the water, you find a grounding note, as if inviting you to immerse in the simplicity of this task. To wash away distractions, like the soap washes away grime, you lift the plate back to the drying rack, a gentle sound, like a soft clap in the sanctuary of the morning. Next, you choose a mug, a vessel that cradled warmth just the night before. It's different from the plate. Its surfaces are smooth and slightly warm from the residual heat of the tea. Its comforting familiarity envelops you, drawing you to reflect on the way small objects hold the weight of our lives. You begin to wash it, inhaling again, savoring the moment as the water cascades around its curves, allowing each movement to be mindful. Each motion a meditation of sorts. Small bubbles rise, floating momentarily before bursting with a gentle sigh. They remind you of fleeting thoughts. They come, they shimmer in the light, then gently dissolve into nothingness. You stand in this presence, aware of everything around you, the hum of the refrigerator, the distant sounds of the world outside, and the sensation of water against your skin. When your hand grazes the soft sponge, it feels like a companion in this dance. You glide it over the surface of the mug, feeling the texture, the softness against the hard ceramic. Each stroke invites you to let go of judgment. The mug does not resist your touch, simply allows you to engage with it, to learn its contours. Every drop becomes a reminder of something greater, the wholeness of life as it is, the acceptance of whatever comes, fades, and flows. And as you continue to engage with these ordinary objects, perhaps you find your thoughts wandering, a busy mind, flitting here and there. You notice it, but instead of chasing or suppressing these thoughts, you greet them as old friends. They are welcome, allowed to linger momentarily, just like the bubbles that rise and burst into the air. You breathe, acknowledging their presence, and then watch as they drift away, leaving space for the sensations of the water and the warmth of the light to fill you once again. You reach for a fork next, its metallic sheen reflecting the morning sun like a tiny mirror capturing the universe. You become aware of its history, the meals it has gathered, the hands that have held it, the journeys it has witnessed on the plate. You wash it with intent, each motion unfolding like a story, invoking a sense of gratitude for the components of life's that simple sustenance that nourishes body and spirit alike. Your mind settles further with each dish you wash. The sounds of the street outside fade into a soft backdrop as the intimacy of this moment calls you deeper within. You find solace in the rhythms of flow of your breath, reconfirming your existence, anchoring you within the now. You remember to smile, a small lightness unfurling within you. The rhythmic drumming of drops from the faucet becomes a metronome, marking the passage of time in a gentle dance. You lose yourself for a moment in this embrace of water, in the essence of simplicity that holds so much depth. You are captivated, swept away by the fluidity of the experience. In the world of the dishwater, all is present, and as you dip your hands into the warm water once more, the sensation envelops you. A sense of home fills the space for all that is, for all that you are, and in doing so, you find freedom. As a final dish is lifted, the sponge lightly kissed by the serendipitous bubbles, you recognize this task is not merely about cleaning. It is a gentle ritual of creation, of returning to the stillness that resides within. The last plate finds its place upon the drying rack, standing tall and gleaming, a symbol of completion, a sign of care. You turn off the tap, and it falls silent. The chamber of sound dissolving into quietude, leaving a tranquil stillness in its wake. You feel a deep breath fill your lungs, and with it, an expanding sense of gratitude radiates through your being. In the simplicity of washing dishes, in the quiet reverberation of water, You have returned to yourself. Each touch, each sight, each sound woven together into a tapestry of awareness, revealing that life unfolds in the most ordinary of moments. In this, you remember that to be present is to truly live, to embrace the now without judgment. As you step away from the sink, rejoining the world, you carried this stillness within, a gentle reminder that peace is always within reach, awaiting you like the calm waters reflecting the vastness of the sky above. In the soft embrace of the present moment, allow yourself to feel the gentle pull of life as you settle into the rhythm of your breath. Feel the air as it fills your lungs, a quiet tide that washes over you, carrying with it the sense of your surroundings, the faint trace of morning coffee, perhaps, or the crisp whisper of leaves brushing against one another. With each inhale, invite stillness to seep into your being, and with each exhale, let go of the thoughts that flutter like moths around a flickering flame. You are here now, amidst the ordinary magic that surrounds us. The kitchen was a sanctuary of light, filtered through sheer curtains that danced softly in the morning breeze. Sunbeams poured through like liquid gold, casting gentle patterns across the countertop where remnants of yesterday's meals rested, a silent testament to sustenance shared. The bowls and plates lay in a gentle disarray, flecks of rice and bits of leafy greens still clinging to their surfaces, memories of laughter and conversation woven into their very being. You stood before the sink, a vessel of calm amidst the cluster of forgotten tasks. The water splashed, warm and inviting, as you twisted the faucet, listening to the calming gurgle as the stream emerged, cascading down like a gentle waterfall into the basin below. Each droplet, a moment in time, sparkled with clarity and purpose. As your hand slipped into the warm water, you felt its embrace, a soft caress that enveloped your fingers, drawing you deeper into the serene moment. The sensation was soothing, as if the worries of yesterday and the uncertainties of tomorrow faded into the rhythm of the now. The weight of the world rested lightly on your shoulders, dissolving with each scrub and rinse, like sandcastle towers collapsing softly into the incoming tide. Picking up the first plate, you took a deep breath, allowing your presence to fill the space around you. The porcelain felt cool against your skin, and as the soapy cloth glided across its surface, you could almost hear a quiet sigh of relief, the plate surrendering itself to your gentle attention. Each stroke became a meditation, a quiet conversation held in the silence between you and the dish. The kitchen was alive with sounds, the quiet splashing of water, the distant chirping of birds, the soft rustle of the wind as it played with the leaves outside. You closed your eyes for a moment, simply allowing the symphony of the world to reach your ears, letting it carry you further into presence. Here, you are not just washing dishes. You are part of a greater ebb and flow, an inherent dance of daily existence, where each task, no matter how mundane, held the potential for beauty. You rinsed the plate, watching as the water cascaded over it in silvery ribbons, catching the sunlight's glimmer. It was mesmerizing, and you could feel the warmth of connection between your heart and this moment. Fleeting acknowledgement that even this small act was imbued with grace. You marveled not only at the dish now sparkling like a slate awaiting a new story, but at the freshness enveloping your spirit. A gentle reminder that in each moment lies the possibility of renewal. With each item, you washed the forks, the cups. The aging cutting board thoughts may have flitted through your mind like leaves swirling in the autumn air. In those moments, you noticed how easily the mind collects remnants of the past or unfurls into plans for the next days, but you did not cling to them. Instead, you acknowledged their presence, letting them drift just as clouds shift across a tranquil sky. By focusing on the rhythmic sensations, the soap suds frothing like tiny clouds in your warm embrace, the sound of water swirling down the drain, the fragrant whispers of lemon and lavender mixing in the air, you deepened your experience. The texture of the cloth, once a simple utility, became a connection to all the moments that led you here, to this very basin of warm water and peaceful reflection. A sudden pang of awareness graced your mind. This act, so simple and often overlooked, held the essence of life itself. The dishes, just as the memories and emotions we carry, required both care and attention. To wash was to honor the shared meals, the moments of connection and love poured into cooking, the sustenance that nourished not just bodies, but hearts. You set down the knuckling plate and leaned your arms against the edge of the sink, letting the spent water swirl away, a small cyclone disappearing into the drain, merging with the world beyond. You could feel the release, a lightness washing over you as the busy thoughts began to untangle like threads freed from a tightly woven tapestry. As you reached for the next cup, you caught your breath, sensing a quickening heartbeat beneath your chest. It was exhilarating and grounding all at once. You lifted the cup to your lips, scent of still warm coffee lingering in the Irit's invitation, wrapped in the promise of connection. The sun poured in, illuminating not just the cup, but your very essence. You felt an alignment between the wider world and the intimate landscape of your heart. Here, you whispered to yourself, this is home. And in that small truth, there was peace. As the wash progressed, you found a rhythm, a gentle dance that rooted you further into the soil of the present moment. You became an artist, the dishes your canvas, each touch a brushstroke of care, and with each passing moment, you experienced the unadorned reality of your life, unmarred by the weight of guilt or anticipation. Just the sacredness of being human, alive and awake, in the tender embrace of the here and now. As you rinsed the last cup and placed it alongside its clean companions, a soft sigh escaped your lips. This was not merely a chore completed. It was an acknowledgement of gratitude for the food that fed your body, the heart that loved the cooking, and the moments spent woven in laughter, chaos, and quiet companionship. You turned off the tap. The water's protest ceased, replaced by the gentle lull of a home settling into the afternoon. As you reached for a towel, a thought bubbled softly within, a reassurance born of simple awareness. Life, with all its beautiful complexities, is composed of these small moments, the moments when you can choose to be present, to feel, to connect, all wrapped in a common thread of daily existence. As you step back from the sink, it's a kitchen, now a reflection of your inner quietude. Remember how the act of washing dishes today was not just a task, but an opportunity reminder that life unfolds in the simplest of moments, waiting patiently to be seen, felt, and cherished. Let your heart carry this stillness with you, a gentle whisper to return to whenever the world grows loud. In the embrace of the ordinary, may you always find the extraordinary. As you settle into this moment, take a soft breath in and then let it out gently, as if you were releasing a feather into the wind. Notice how the air feels as it enters your lungs, cool at first, then warm and full as you draw it deeper into your being. Allow yourself to arrive fully here, in this space, where thoughts may flit like butterflies, but need not distract you. Instead, let them pass as you anchor yourself in the present, cradled by awareness. The world is alive, and in this very moment, you hold the key to the serene and unfolding narrative of your day. The light of the early morning kissed the kitchen, spilling golden warmth over the table where yesterday's remnants rested quietly. A tapestry of small moments weaved together. A cup, a plate, a forecall, patiently awaiting their reclamation in the rhythmic pulse of life, existing in a state of stillness and recalling the laughter and conversation that they had witnessed as you approached the sink. The soft sound of water trickling from the faucet fills your ears, forming a delicate melody mingled with the whispers of the house waking up around you. Cat stretches and yawns in the corner, punctuating the stillness with a moment of shared solitude. You take a deep breath, feeling the cool towel beneath your feet, grounding you, reminding you of your place in this sacred space. Warmth embraces your hands as you fill the basin. The water flows, a gentle stream, sparkling and alive, mirroring the flow of life itself. You feel the weight of the day's possibilities resting on your shoulders, but here, in the presence of each dish, you choose to set those burdens down. Each plate, each cup, tells a story, each bearing remnants of meals shared, of connections made as you place the first dish into the soapy water. The sound of laughter echoes faintly in your mind a moment, shared over breakfast, a delightful chaos of breadcrumbs and spilled juice. The bubbles rise large and frothy around your hands, the warm, soapy water caressing your skin. You find a rhythm in the task, your hands moving with grace as they slip over the glazed surface of the porcelain, moving with intention, with purpose. The scent of the dish soap fills your senses, sharp yet sweet, a gentle reminder of the joy of care. Thoughts come and go, like leaves floating down a stream, materializing, fluttering into view, and then drifting away, while you hold the present moment with tenderness. As you scrub and rinse, awareness deepens, unveiling the beauty in the mundane. The sound of cascading water fills the air, mingling with the soft humming of the refrigerator hum that sings of sustenance, of life carrying on. It is the sound of the ordinary, rich with potential, reminding you that in this very moment, all that is required is to be here wholly and completely. You take a moment to pause, lifting your hands from the water, glancing out the window. The world breathes with you, the trees, appearing vibrant and alive, swayed gently with the morning breeze, while the sun climbs higher, painting shadows that dance across the floor. Nature is weaving a tapestry of moments, much like your own, ordinary yet extraordinary all at once. The water splashes, startling a nearby bird perched on the fence. It calls out in a simple, joyous note, a reminder of life in its purest form. As you return to the dishes, feeling the texture of each item, smoothness of the glass, the rough edge of a chipped plate, you become conscious of the sensations that ripple through your fingertips. Each sensation a story, each particle of soap a reminder of care, connection. There is the rhythmic rise and fall of your breath, a sense of belonging that envelops you. You are not apart from this moment. You are woven into the fabric of it. There is no hurry, no rush, just a peaceful unfolding of the now, as the last dish finds its shine, leaving behind a trail of bright reflections in the water. When the last plate is set aside, you take a deep breath, an exhale of gratitude, the task complete, yet the state of being still from your hands. You appreciate the mundane for the small joys it brings, how each moment contributes to the whole. How an act as simple as washing dishes can open a door to mindfulness, to presence. A soft smile plays upon your lips. It's the smile of understanding that life is not just in the significant moments, but in the lovingly repeated rhythms of the everyday. You dry your hands on a towel, inhaling the fresh scent of cotton, feeling grateful for warmth and for water, for the miracle of existence that allows you to engage so fully in the simplest of tasks. The world outside hums with routine, cars passing, children laughing, birds chirping. These sounds weave into your consciousness, a tapestry of daily life. You step back and allow yourself a moment of stillness, absorbing the beauty that surrounds you in the quietude of this moment. May you remember that mindfulness is not only found in the silence of meditation, but also in the gentle rhythms of your day. Each scraping plate, each drop of water, and each fleeting thought holds the potential for presence. Embrace the ordinary as you would an old friend, and witness how the most humble moments can fill your heart with grace, anchoring you in the simplicity of now. As you move forward from this place, carry the essence of this experience with you. grounded like the earth, flowing like the water, and ever present amidst the dance of the daily. Close your eyes softly, if that feels right, and allow your breath to flow naturally, in and out, like the gentle rise and fall of the tide on a calm shore. With each inhale, gather the quiet of this moment. With each exhale, release any thoughts that linger, any worries that drift by like clouds across a blue sky. Feel the earth beneath you, supporting you as you invite yourself to arrive here, fully present. Here, in this sacred space of now, let us embark on a simple journey, a mindful exploration of an ordinary act that conceals the extraordinary. In a small, sunlit kitchen, Miriam stood at the sink, water cascading from the faucet like glistening thread in a tapestry of everyday life. The dishes were piled high, remnants of a shared dinner. Laughter mingling with warmth, creating an atmosphere that felt almost tangible. Key, as she reached for the first plate, cool and smooth in her hands. A gentle anticipation stirred within her. The sound of the water filled her ears a rhythmic patter, like the heartbeat of the world outside. She turned the knob slightly, adjusting the temperature until it enveloped her fingers in a blanket of warmth. With a mindful intention, she placed the plate beneath the stream, watching as the water danced over its surface, the bubbles rising effervescently like tiny, joyful spirits. Each plate became a canvas, a reminder of shared stories, moments that were flecked with joy and love. This plate, she thought, held the remnants of last night's laughter, echoes of whispered dreams. This one cradled the warmth of conversation, the connections that bind us. As she scrubbed the first plate, the sponge gliding across the surface, she felt the gentle resistance beneath her touch, a reminder to be patient and present. Miriam felt her breath deepen, slow, easy rhythm matching the ebb and flow of the water. She closed her eyes for a moment, surrendering to the sensations, the warmth of the dishwater, the fragrance of soap mingling with the earthy scent of her kitchen. The world outside slipped away, and all that remained was the soft sound of her breath and the playful splatter of bubbles as she rinsed the plate. Droplets of water slipped off, sparkling in the morning light as they tumbled into the basin below. Each droplet was a tiny world of reflection, a kaleidoscope of fleeting moments. She watched, transfixed, as one droplet suspended momentarily on the edge of the plate, quivering before it joined its companions below. It reminded her that life too is a series of transient moments, some teetering at the edge of awareness, some cascading into oblivion. All part of the same continuum. Miriam took her time, feeling the sponge glide over each dish, and as she moved onto the silverware, she noticed the quiet scrape of metal against porcelain. Each sound has its own story, she mused, letting her mind wander through the memories associated with each fork and spoon. She allowed herself to be present with the simplicity of the task, each motion a gentle reminder to embrace the now. Dishes came in and out of her hands, each one deserving of her full focus. A pot, chipped and worn, but still shimmering under the water's embrace, carried with it echoes of hearty meals, witnessed laughter and even tears. The moments that lingered there felt rich, like the spices she had sprinkled lovingly into each stew. This was her practice, her meditation, a return to the essence of being, rooted in this gentle ritual of care and connection. Outside, the rain began to fall lightly, a soft pitter-patter on the window panes, each drop becoming a note in a delicate symphony of sound, mingled with the soothing rustle of leaves, which seemed to applaud the rain's arrival. Miriam opened her eyes, and for a moment she just stood there, absorbing the beauty of the scene unfolding beyond her kitchen window. How refreshing, she thought, feeling the cool moisture ripple through the air as if nature itself was reminding her to breathe. She closed her eyes once more, allowing her senses to absorb the gentle currents of sound and scent, the soothing backdrop of rain, the glimmer of light reflecting off the dishes, and the delicate earthiness enveloping the space in this moment amidst the ordinary. Miriam found herself leaning into the possibilities of each unwashed dish still waiting. She felt a soft smile bloom within her, an understanding settling into the depths of her being. There was beauty here, an invitation to be with what is, to embrace the present without judgment or hurry. As she continued, the act of washing became a dance, her body swaying gently with the rhythm of the water, her hands weaving through the warmth like a thread in a tapestry of life. She breathed in the scent of lavender from the dish soap, grounding herself in the calming embrace of the familiar. Each breath was a gentle reminder that life flows like water, sometimes smooth, sometimes turbulent, but always moving forward. With each completed dish, a sense of accomplishment washed over her, not just for the chore itself, but for the connection she felt with the journey. Each plate, each fork, each spoon, embodying memories and love transformed into tangible form. A simple act of care morphed into a ritual of thankfulness, each rinse and repeat a thread in the fabric of her life. Hours might have passed, or perhaps mere moments. Time ceased to matter within this pocket of presence. When Miriam finally turned off the faucet, the mysterious world of rushing water transformed into a soft stillness. Steam rose gently from the basin, swirling lazily as she wiped her hands on a kitchen towel. Remnants of the task still lingering on her fingertips, Miriam stepped back from the sink, taking a deep breath as she surveyed her surroundings. The gleaming dishes now neatly stacked, the remnants of the past washed away like sand slipping through her fingers. What she created was not simply a clean kitchen. It was a moment of stillness within the whirlwind of life, a return to the heart of what matters. As the rain continued its soft serenade, she opened the window slightly to let in the crisp, clean air. The scent of wet earth mingled with lavender, filling her with a sense of renewal. She breathed in deeply, letting the freshness wash over her like the water she had just embraced. In this moment of clarity, Miriam understood a simple act, such as washing dishes, can become a vessel for awareness, a meditation that silently whispers the wisdom of presence. It intertwined with the ebb and flow of life, guiding her back to herself, reminding her that all tasks can be touched with grace. As you release the breath you hold, allow yourself to linger in this gentle understanding that each moment, however mundane, carries the potential for stillness, for awakening to the beauty that surrounds us. Like the whisper of rain on quiet leaves, may you carry this awareness forward, finding peace in the simple rhythm of your everyday journey. Embrace each moment with open arms. They too will flow past like water through your hands, ever present and beautifully transformative. Imagine yourself in a quiet room where time gently unfolds like the petals of a blooming flower. The air is soft with the scent of fresh earth, and outside, the rain begins to tap its gentle rhythm on the window pane. As you settle into this moment, be here now. Breathe in slowly, feeling the air fill your lungs, and breathe out, releasing the tension of the world. Let your thoughts drift by like clouds in a vast sky, noticing them without judgment. In this space, all is welcome. Allow yourself to be held by the present as we step softly into the story of a rainy afternoon on a day draped in gray. Sam stood near the window, mesmerized by the delicate dance of raindrops sliding down the glass. The world outside was an ever-shifting landscape where colors deepened with each drop. Green trees glistened with jewels of water, and the pavement shimmered like a polished stone. With a soft sigh, he turned away from the window and decided to tend to the small, simple task awaiting him, washing the dishes in the kitchen. The rhythm of the world outside faded into a gentle murmur, subdued yet persistent. Sam filled the sink with warm water, watching as it billowed and twirled like soft clouds gathering above. The aroma of soap rose to greet him, a familiar scent invoking memories of simpler times his grandmother's kitchen, filled with love, laughter, and unhurried moments. As he reached for the first plate, he noticed its coolness against his fingertips, stark contrast to the warmth of the water. He placed it gently in the sink, the soft splash breaking the quietude of the room. The sound echoed around him, a little note in the symphony of this rainy afternoon. He began to scrub, each movement deliberate, allowing his mind to settle like the dust after a storm. As the sponge glided over the surface of the plate, bubbles swirled around, catching the light, transforming the mundane into something magical, if only momentarily. He focused on the sensations, the texture of the dish beneath the sponge, the warmth of the water enveloping his hands, the gentle sound of washing reverberating against the porcelain. Each dish was not merely an object to be cleaned, but a part of his world, a vessel that held meals shared, stories told, laughter exchanged. There was gratitude brewing within him, soft and sweet, like tea steeping in a quiet cup. With each plate he washed, Kay breathed in between the movements, filling himself with the scent of soap and the fresh, rain-kissed air filtering through the open window. The rain now fell in a steady rhythm, a soothing cadence that mingled with the sound of water sloshing in the sink. It was as if nature itself was accompanying him, inviting him to dance. To embrace the simplicity of this ritual, Sam turned to the next item, a bowl its edges round and inviting. As he held it in his hands, he reflected on the many times it had cradled food to nourish his body, a vessel for sustenance and care. As he washed it, he thought of how often life was filled with routine. And yet, in that routine, there was beauty waiting to be discovered. The gentle pressure of the sponge against the bowl created a serene rhythm, laying him into a mindful trance, lost in the tranquility of this moment. He found his thoughts drifting like those rain-soaked clouds. They billowed in and out of focus, some heavier, some lighter. He acknowledged them without attachment, understanding that they were simply passing by. Thoughts of past worries and future plans peeked in at the edges, but he let them float away like leaves on a river, allowing himself to return to the sensations of the present, the warmth of the sun-drenched water, the mist rising from the surface, and the gentle patter of rain against the glass. As he continued to wash each dish, he found a rhythm in his movements. The world outside became a distant murmur, and inside, the kitchen transformed into a sanctuary of stillness. He could hear the chime of raindrops, the distant rumble of thunder, each a reminder of the tempest outside. Yet, within him, there was a sense of calm and awareness that this moment, this simple act, was enough. Rich with presence and purpose, finishing the last of the dishes, he turned the tap off and allowed the water to drain away, watching as it spiraled into the sink, disappearing, like thoughts, into the vastness of his mind. He wiped his hands on a dish towel, feeling the fabric's texture, soft, warm, grounding. In that instant, he felt the weight of relief wash over him, an unspoken acknowledgement that he had found joy in this everyday ritual. The world beyond. The window was still pouring rain, but inside, found brightness as he stood quietly, watching the last drops fall against the glass. He turned his gaze to the small, potted plant on the windowsill, vibrant green life, thriving against the gray backdrop. He smiled, recognizing the symbiosis between the rain and the plant. One nourished the other, and in turn, the cycle continued. There was a lesson in this, that the storms, too, could be beautiful and nurturing if only one took the time to pause and embrace them with newfound awareness. Sam carried the warmth of the moment within him. As he turned to leave the kitchen, he felt a gentle shift, a deep-seated understanding that every moment holds within it a world of possibility, rich with meaning and purpose. The rain continued to fall, a silent symphony echoing through the air, But now he moved with a quiet sense of peace, feeling the drops caress on his skin as he stepped outside, knowing that just like the dishes he had washed, every experience was an invitation to be present, to savor, and to appreciate the beauty in the unfolding of life. In the gentle embrace of a morning light, a soft stillness envelops you. The world outside is waking, yet within you find a quiet sanctuary. Sit comfortably, taking a deep breath, feeling the air fill your lungs, and as you exhale, let go of the weight of yesterday and the worries of tomorrow. Allow your awareness to settle in this very moment, like a feather drifting softly to earth. Here, in the simplicity of now, you are invited to engage with life just as it is, to witness the tapestry of your day begin to unfold. Imagine, if you will, a kitchen splashed with the warm hues of morning sunlight. A steady rhythm begins to fill the space. It's a gentle hum of a kettle, the distant chirping of birds heralding a new day, and the comforting sound of water pouring into a basin. It is here, at the sink, that our journey unfolds. You step closer to the sink. The coolness of the porcelain meets your fingertips as you lean in. You turn on the faucet and the water cascades down, bubbles forming, alive and dancing. You take a moment to simply watch. Each droplet is a tiny world, reflecting the sun's gentle kiss into a spectrum of brilliance. You hear the water's symphony and orchestra of splashes, gurgles, and echoes, reminding you of the soothing quality of presence. As you sink into your awareness, begin to gather the dishes, each one a vessel containing memories of meals shared and laughter exchanged. A chipped mug, relic of a rainy afternoon spent reading. Plate that once cradled a feast of colors. A pan that tells the story of a spontaneous stir-fry. Every dish a whisper of the moments that have come to pass. With the dish in hand, you turn back to the water, its warmth wrapping around you like a comforting blanket. You dip the dish into the basin, and immediately the touch of water against your skin awakens 1,000 tiny sensations. You feel the gentle tug of the current, the sensation of water pooling in the curves and crevices of the plate. Each movement becomes a meditation, the light scrubbing, the sounds of porcelain against porcelain, and the fleeting sense of soap mingled with the air. A delicate perfume of cleanliness. How freeing it feels to be here in this humble act, where thoughts start to dissolve like the suds that arise. As you move, you invite awareness into your body, the slight bend of your knees, the steady rhythm of your breath, the miracle of being alive. Imagine the soft weight of your heart settling, unburdened, finding peace in the flowing water and the enlightening mindfulness entrenched in each action. In this sacred moment, you lift a dish to the light, watching it sparkle and glimmer, droplets dancing joyfully upon its surface. The light plays tricks, creating a mini universe on the plate, vivid reflections, capturing the essence of the day. You feel invincible, yet grounded, connected to everything around you, beautiful, part of the vast whole. Next, the sponge is cradled in your palm, its textured surface inviting you to explore the nuances of touch. With a gentle caress, you glide the sponge over the surface, tracing the outline of the bowl. The sensation is mesmerizing. The push and pull dance rhythmically as the suds emerge. They rise in the warm embrace of the water, a soft, frothy cloud that briefly obscures your vision, yet reveals so much in its transient existence. Thoughts bubble up, perhaps they drift towards responsibilities, worries about the day ahead, but they are met with gentleness. Like soap bubbles, they materialize vividly, yet dissipate swiftly, floating farther into the ether. You watch them, not clinging or pushing away, just observing as they fade softly with each exhalation. As you lean into the experience, the sound of the water becomes deeper, its cadence transforming into a whisper, a companion urging you to inhabit this moment fully. Sensing this rhythm, your breath synchronizes with each inhale, drawing in the present, each exhale releasing the past, and then the moment comes when you reach for the rinse. The coolness of the water flows over the warm dish, cleansing away the remnants of the soap, carrying away gentle bubbles into the quiet abyss of the drain. You watch as they swirl down, a mini cyclone of invisible life, a helping of nature's flow. How simple, and yet how profound it feels to witness the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. Now, each dish finds its resting place stacked neatly. It's an array of stories waiting to unfold. You pause, taking a step back to admire your work, a sense of quiet satisfaction filling the air. The kitchen, bathed in sunlight, glows with a freshness that wraps around you like a tender embrace. You breathe deeply, settling into the calm that envelops the space. The world outside continues to beat its own rhythm, yet here, in this moment, you are cocooned in peace. Gratitude wells in you, an appreciation for the simplicity of this task, for the ability to partake in this ordinary magic, the joy found in caring for your surroundings, in presence, in delight, as you turn off the faucet and the last echoes dissolve into stillness. Carry this sense of mindfulness with you throughout your day. Let it guide you like a quiet whisper, reminding you that every moment is an invitation to tread lightly, to embrace presence, to touch with the softness of awareness. The world is alive, and so are you, woven into its unfolding tapestry. Let this feeling accompany you, a gentle reminder that peace resides within the ordinary, waiting for you to embrace it.